We OG, we OG. Oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got D or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got D or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Rooms is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro.
Run stuff.
Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nuki on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me. Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution, ayy. Bitcoin is the one, no substitution, ayy. With Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What is up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. We're live for another Ordinal Hour, and it's going to be a special one, guys, because it is Freedom Fridays. We got a lot of names for this Friday. We got Fluid Friday, we got Freedom Friday, and we even got Hive Pass Friday, guys. The Hive Pass is now it's about to go live in about an hour from right now for GTD, which is guaranteed, and then later today for the public. So definitely look into that. And if you are an Ordinal Revolution OG pass, go check and see if you're eligible, because we gave them 50 random wallets. So definitely we want to go check and make sure you're eligible for the first come first serve part of it. So definitely check it out. It is on ordzar.com, and I'll throw the link in the show notes and also the comments as well, so you guys can check it out. But we have an amazing show for you guys today. So last night, President Trump came out, crushed the opponent there, which was pretty easy. I think he crushed himself there. So the Operation Choke Point and all that stuff 2.0 it's officially done. Once November 7th comes around, and we can actually get a president who's actually friendly towards crypto and actually believes in it. And is Trump that guy? I don't know. But somebody in his candidacy is, so, because he's definitely been pushing it. He's going to be, in Nashville. He's been talking about Bitcoin, and it's only a matter of time, right? Because BlackRock, they came around to it in 2021. They stopped Elon from taking Bitcoin for Teslas because they own a big share of the Tesla stock. And then now today they have an ETF, and they're buying their own ETF right now. So we're going to get into that. We're going to get into a lot of ordinal stuff here. Ghosty Cash, BitBab Emporium. I was at their town hall last night. I'm going to get into that. Everything there. There's a lot from that. But yeah, let's get this thing started. So without further ado, I'm bringing my partner here, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, TGIF?
TGIF, man. Get the banners up. Yeah, man. So last week, you were dead on your Friday prediction. You claimed it on Tuesday. It was almost perfect. This week, we did it on Wednesday, and I'm curious if you got close or not, but we'll get into that. But how's your week? How you feeling? How's everything?
Yeah, feeling great. I think whenever you've been in this space for so long, that your conviction is just pretty much locked in, right? Like, that doesn't really get shaken, no matter how damaged Bitcoin could be in terms of price and stuff like that. You're okay, right? You're just, now it's like you dig deeper into the weeds, and it's kind of playing out like I expected. I did call 60.59. We crept into like the 60,000 range here. I do expect a little bit more further down, but this is good for me. I want to get this out of the way. I feel like if this does touch 58, 59 today, then I feel like that could be our last leg down before we start to really get to that trend reversal.
Yeah, man, 100%. Before we get into knowing the charts and stuff, we have 120 people in here already. You guys are just killing us today. They're growing quickly here. Thank you guys for everyone joining. Friday seemed to be one of our best shows, and I feel like you guys feel the same way. So let's take it right here with everyone can't stop talking about this, but Donald Trump's presidential election odds soar to 63%, rising 10% after the debate. This has never been this big of a difference. I mean, I think the last big of a difference was probably Obama and McCain election wise. This is absolutely huge. I mean, is the election over at this point?
Honestly, I know that some people probably like that's not why, but I do feel like that's why Bitcoin isn't at 59,000 right now. You know, I think there was definitely positive sentiment from around the globe after witnessing what we did last night, right? And so this is huge. This is really good for Bitcoiners and the crypto industry, but in general, it's just it's alarming a bit because this is the guy that's been our sitting president for the past 3 years, right? So who's been pulling the levers, who's been pressing the buttons, right? Watching it last night there was a moment of empathy, I think, that I had for Biden a bit, just because I was just kind of like, whose team let him up there like that,
Yeah.
With that being said, it was definitely a strong performance for Trump. He did have a little bit of his Trump tendencies, he's a guy that likes to roll his sleeves up sometimes, and you saw that. But not to get deep into the political side, because that's not what we like to do here. It's just really like pro Bitcoin and kind of like, you said it before, you've turned into like a one issue voter, right? So how do you feel about it?
Yeah, so I started to feel how you felt, and then I remembered the hell that he put us through in 2022 with Operation Choke Point, choking us off from banks, closing down crypto banks. You can say they failed, but no, they were closed down. When you strip their biggest clients from them, which I think was Singularity, and then the other one, you closed 2 crypto banks. You closed Coinbase's bank. You know what I mean? Basically, there was the main bank that they used.
Was it Silicon Valley or something like that?
So yeah, Silicon Valley, and then it was Singularity or something.
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
Or I forget what it was called, but you closed two Bitcoin banks, and you really caused chaos. I mean, an entire year of just, I mean, obviously it was a bear market, but it was caused by this administration. So many people left to go overseas. So much building right now is happening in overseas. Everyone we talk to is from overseas, right? There's only a few people in the U.S. I mean, Ordinal Hive being one, Rothium Dex being another. Like Fluid tokens are overseas. Like everyone's overseas. You are afraid to build in America thanks to Operation Choke Point, thanks to this man and his anti-crypto army and Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler. So after I thought about that and those feelings came back, and I was like, F him. I hope he freaking has a heart attack on stage. That's just how I felt thinking about 2022.
Emotions.
That's the anger that just came back, and I was like, no, I'm not feeling sorry for this man. He calls the year where everything left the United States. Yeah, everything is soaring overseas. Everything is overseas right now. Nothing is here in America. But I'm just hoping a year from now, a lot of that changes. I'm hoping
I think it will.
People start. Yeah, I hope so. But I think we definitely need new regulations, a new SEC chairman, just a whole bunch of different stuff. But that's why I couldn't feel sorry for him. Operation Choke Point 2.0 was probably one of the worst years. I mean, it caused everything. You know what I mean? So.
It was just to clarify, it was Republic First Bank, one of the ones.
Republic First, okay.
Yeah, that was one of the big ones. I think that closed down. So
it was 2. No, but I don't think that was a crypto bank though. It was the 2 S ones. It was Silver. They both closed in February of 2023.
Yeah, this one's Republic First Bank, closed by U.S. regulators. I think this was in April. So this had some sort of connection, I believe, into crypto. So. But those other ones, those were the ones that Elizabeth Warren would constantly try to use for her, points of how crypto is dangerous and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I'm glad that we're getting through that phase in general, because I think even like I said, even on the other side of the aisle, the left is starting to realize like how impactful these crypto donors are becoming, right? And so this is going to be an interesting like election year, interesting bull market cycle. I'm here for it all because it's all trending in the same direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As much as it seems like there's like despair and not so much hope. I mean, like, yeah, obviously like Trump performed well yesterday, but it just kind of lets you know like where we are now, right? But if you're in this industry, then you can have some faith that like some of these corporations or whatever might come back, or there might be new corporations or companies that start from this, and we could be entering a completely new innovation phase for mainstream.
Yep, 100%, which is amazing because it's going to be perfect with the bull run and the next 15 months, right? But it was Silvergate Bank and Silicon Valley Bank was the two banks that were they were both banked by, one was banked by Gemini and the other one was banked by Coinbase. I think Kraken was also Silicon Bank as well, or Silicon Valley as well. So, but they were the two big banks and they got shut down. And we know people who, try to send money from Coinbase to their bank account, and the bank account gets closed, right? So it's ridiculous, and I'm just hoping that is over. But yeah, definitely brought back feelings last night, just watching him, and I just couldn't feel sorry for him. But moving on here, because we're gonna try to get through this Bitcoin stuff really quickly. BlackRock, Bitcoin is a hedge against geopolitical uncertainty. I can't even say the word geopolitical uncertainty and monetary risk. So that is huge. This is BlackRock saying this now, and this is they're coming out. The younger guys that work for BlackRock are going after the boomers, and this was a video that they posted, and it was pretty big. This is BlackRock. This isn't a small agency or a small company. This is big.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you saw some video clips of Larry Fink sitting at the table with those G7 leaders, he just straight up said it. Like this, he didn't say it necessarily straight out about crypto or Bitcoin, but he's saying that there needs to be a different strategy. The system is not trending towards success or growth. It's actually trending the opposite. And I think that's why BlackRock has taken the stance of kind of hedging, having more secure in terms of Bitcoin versus a lot of these company shares, and you can own a ton of shares of companies, but if the entire GDP is like not doing well, or you're just not performing as well, right, in the future. I think that's the stance that they're starting to take, especially specifically with Bitcoin.
Yep, 100%. BlackRock has disclosed purchasing Bitcoin for its global allocation fund in the latest SEC filing. This marks the third internal BlackRock fund to invest in the Bitcoin through the IBF. So this fund is the fund that the big boys have. This is the Rothschilds and all that stuff. This is the guys who actually own BlackRock buying this for their own fund. This is absolutely huge. BlackRock now owns Bitcoin in 3 different funds. So
same thing, it just carries over, right? Their game plan has changed. They've been probably planning for this for a while, right? They don't leak everything in terms of what their next 2 chess moves. So it's going to be interesting how they play out, leading up to the peak of this bull market, and how this bull market ends and how the bear market begins, because that's going to be really important for us to kind of see and assess if we're officially starting to become more mainstream with crypto, how these big companies have good ideas and how to innovate in the crypto industry, because we saw that with the internet, right? The internet was pushed back by an industry of media, traditional media, with yellow books and newspapers, because they knew that they were going to get phased out, just like the banks, right? And so now what happened though with the internet, you had your Amazons that started as a bookstore and then turned into something huge, and then you had Google, which is the ultimate search engine source, right? And so we're going to probably see some companies spur up here, I would imagine in the next 5-10 years, to say this is where blockchain can be used, or this is where from a retirement fund Bitcoin mechanism type of thing, so there's going to be products created out of this, I believe, if it truly goes mainstream, like I think it will. But we might see that at the end of the cycle.
I agree. Bolivia's central bank legalizes Bitcoin payments to modernize the financial system. So this is Bolivia. This Bitcoin was outlawed there a few years ago, and now they're adopting it. They're seeing what's happening in El Salvador. They're seeing what's happening in places that are very Bitcoin friendly, and their GDP is skyrocketing. And Bolivia is like, we want a part of that. And this is, this is going to string up more and more countries doing this. And we're talking countries now. We're talking countries that can print their own money and buy Bitcoin, potentially doing so in the next year or so. And that's why another reason why I think we're going to hit 700K this year. What's your opinion on this? Bolivia's, I mean, they are small, but they're definitely into Bitcoin now.
I see most all South American, Latin American countries, Central America, Mexico on down, right? In the next 5-10 years, except Bitcoin will be like just a natural thing in their society. It started with El Salvador, and their president really, he's going to be looked at, in my opinion, as a visionary, right? Yeah. You have Argentina's new president already talking about, looking at Bitcoin as an option as well. And I just really think that, and I'm happy for the Latin American countries, because I feel like they've been through like so much of like just poverty and like harsh living conditions for the past, century, probably, if you think about it, right? And this could be like just such a difference maker for the next like 50 years for those countries, right? So I mean, the resources wise, those countries all have amazing resources, right? Like you go to Mexico, there's like amazing beaches, amazing mountains, amazing probably minerals and stuff like that, but it's not being taken advantage of, in my opinion. And I think like just having Bitcoin and the value of it and understanding it as a people, that can change perception. And it really can change the fate of these Latin American countries for the next 50 years.
Yeah, for sure. And Bitcoiners are innovators, right? So they innovate, and bringing Bitcoiners to your country is genius, because they're just going to keep innovating, and that's what we do in crypto. We innovate, so it's going to bring a lot of people building in your country and stuff like that, because the cheap taxes and the cheap livelihood, and you can do crypto stuff anywhere in the world. Why wouldn't you do it on a nice beach somewhere, right? So I think it's going to bring a lot more people to these countries. And you never know, United States is probably going to be Bolivia, and Bolivia is probably going to be the US in about 10-20 years.
Let's hope not. I mean, not saying anything bad against Bolivia, but I'm talking about living conditions, right? Like I mean, I do think that that's
the way we're going.
Those countries definitely, experience benefits from all this.
100%. All right, hold on. Let's get to the big fear and greed real quick before we get to that. Here's I'll show my screen real quick. So we're at 40. Yesterday we're at 46. Last week we were at a 60. How do you feel about this? Do you think this number is fair?
Yeah, I would say it's pretty fair. I was hoping for a little bit lower, honestly. 35, but hey, 40 is okay. It makes me think like, we could see more drawdown that pushes it down. But like I said, I'm hoping that we do tag 58, 59, try to get that out of the way, out of our system before next week, because the start of the month is next week. And maybe that happens. Maybe it does. And then tomorrow it adjusts to 35 or something. I like to be in the red before we really start to take off.
Yeah. I mean, that would be something. I'm thinking on the same lines as you. I think we finished June a little bit down, and then have a good July. I'm hoping for a good July. I can't. We were talking. We have a lot of meetings, guys, and we talk to a lot of different people, and everyone's just seems so exhausted and tired, and we need some relief here for sure. But that's kind of getting to that right now. Let's kind of see what you're seeing in the charts. Like I said in the beginning of the show, you were dead on last week, almost to the number, a few $100 away, which is pretty insane. And what was your prediction for today?
So I wanted to wait till Thursday morning, which I did. And I said 60, 59 is kind of, if you rewatch, that's exactly what I said, was 60,000 or 59,000.
Yeah.
We're at 60,800. But before I dive into the charts, we have 274 people in here, guys. Damn. Thank you so much for watching us on a Friday. Thank God it's Friday, right? On the YouTube side, please smash that like for us. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And on the Twitter side, please share the space. We want to educate as many new people, onboard as many new people into the Bitcoin Ordinals and just ecosystem in general. So we appreciate you guys for helping out with that. But let's get into it. As you guys know, I always use 3 different time frames, and I start with the shorter time frame, and I use the 1 hour chart here for that. So on the hour chart today, really, actually, I think it was, it's about 4 days ago, we started this uptrend coming out of this big downtrend leg, right? And then we kind of chopped back and forth, from 62,000 to 60,800 around that higher point. And this morning, it looks like we wanted to go back up. We actually, got back to 62,000, and then the past, I would say, 5 hours, we've been really coming down here, and it's kind of what I expected, like I said. So we're at 60,800 right now, and it doesn't look like it's going to let up anytime soon. So, we are in the oversold territory here, but it looks like, it wants to hang out here for a bit. So the MACD isn't letting up. Each candle on the MACD has gotten a little bit bigger. We're still seeing the dark red here. The red and blue line isn't getting closer together. So depending on how this next hour goes, we could see further bleed out. What I would love to see is just, let's get it out of the way. Let's go ahead and tag that 58,000, 59,000, and then we're done with it, right? Possibly. So this is the short term. I do believe that we do that. I do think that we get, down to 59,000, possibly lower. And then we kind of have, hopefully, our last little bleed out here. That's not guaranteed, of course, but that's just what I'm seeing for the day. The short term is the 4 hour time chart that I look at here. And, we're playing out to have that possibly happen, right? It typically will give you a 2 or 3 day forecast. But if we do go down to 58, 59, let's say we get to like high 58,000s, we can satisfy this double top here. Boom, boom, get here, 58, and then, slowly move back up here. So that is what I'm expecting, because we also see a double top here on the stochastic RSI. We've been hanging out in the overbought since the 25th, so about 3 days ago. Yes, we dipped down a little bit, but we popped right back up. So, we could be, up here for a little bit too long. So if we can get back down here, get it over with, and then, try to work back up, because I think once we do bring this leg down, I think, we can at least shoot for that goal of getting past 64,200 to reverse trend next week. And I do believe that will happen. If I were to guess, that probably would happen like middle towards the later end of next week. And then if we go here to the final chart, which I use the 12-hour chart, gives me, about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks of forecasting here. Guys, we made it out of the oversold, since January 7th, we've been down here, which is forever, right? So this is a really good sign. The fact that we creeped out of here. Yes, we're still selling, even though we're in overbought, but you have to remember last leg down is possibly today. So, I wouldn't mind if this, just up and down a little bit, and then we really hang out here for a long time. And then that could support us pushing past 64,200 and really getting back to, that trend reversal price point there. So this is something that, could fall in line with the end of next week. Like I said, middle towards the end of next week, getting past that 64.2. We'll see if that happens. Hopefully I can, keep getting close to with my guesses here.
Yeah. So would you take a short here, or would you just kind of wait for a long position?
I'm waiting for a long position personally. Yeah. I just feel like, the confirmation of getting heading, tagging 58,000, 59,000. Yeah, that makes me feel better. But really just heading aggressively towards 64.2 would be, for me, like a good point, right? To start looking at where I want to position for a long position. I think it's dangerous, trying to play both ways all the time. That's me. Yeah. I'm not like a pro trader like a lot of people that do the charts every single day and that's all they focus on. Right. So for me, I think it's like, okay, look for really good long opportunities in a bull market, look for really good short opportunities in a bear market. But we'll see how things play out.
I feel like in a year from now, you're going to be like a master trader because of every single day of us forcing you to look at the charts, and you're really just trying to help people out and kind of forecast the week. I think you're going to get really good at it. So.
Well, we'll see. I hope so. It's actually fun now, was forced to do it every day. Now I feel like it's a science. There's a science behind it. I'm gonna get my wife to start practicing because she actually forecasts for like she's a what is it called? And a buyer, the opposite, a planner, right? So she does forecasting. So
yeah, that's fun.
Maybe she'll be better than me.
We'll have her come on the show, start doing some charts. But yeah, man. We'll jump in the roll call now, guys. Let's see who is here. So I'm going to go into the graveyard first. And what the graveyard is, it's comments from last night that YouTube deletes. So at a certain time, YouTube resets all the comments. So these people will not get the first award, but they will get recognized for being here yesterday. So we appreciate that. So in the graveyard, we got the Green Man. We got our mod, Tim Baker. We appreciate you, my friend. Crypto Cats is in the graveyard. Mr. Hanky, Danny Boy, and then Glasshopper. So this is the graveyard that I started. If you got in after that and I didn't see it, you didn't make the graveyard. But yeah. But going into the comments today, in that first spot, and the winner of today is Ordinal Tweets. Congratulations, my friend. You are number one. You win today. You are a legend, my friend. Thank you so much for always being here. And then we go from Ordinal Tweets to Ordinal Chips. I actually really like that name. I'm a huge fan of chips. So whether that be poker chips or potato chips, I'm just down for it. And then we have PJNZ. He said, I bet this will be fun. I guess he was talking about the election last night. Yeah, I was 6:17. 20 minutes, NZ. Yeah. All right. And then we got PJNZ here. Yashir, man. Shout out Yashir again. I can't thank him enough. Yashir is always here. We appreciate you, my friend. He helps us out every single day. We have a Telegram group that is dedicated to research and developments that is happening around the space. And Yashir is the number one guy in there. He just kills it for us. He makes my job so easy. I wake up in the morning and just copy, paste. Copy, paste. I appreciate you, my friend. You help me out every single day. Thank you so much for everything you do for the show. Then we got my boy Danny Boy, another one of my mods. Danny Boy, he's still queuing it up from yesterday. He has not stopped the queuing, so we appreciate Danny. Danny, DM me. I have a question for you, so definitely get at me. Followed by we have our Reziak. I hope I'm saying your name right. We appreciate you. You are just queuing it up, my friend.
Yeah, because you told everybody to put all the cues in there.
That was yesterday, but yeah. So all right, 10 points for Reziak. You are another winner today. And then we have Bit Renz is here, Chief Axel's here. I walk alone. I love reading your comments, man. GM, happy Friday. Let's effing go. Smash that like button and share to all socials. 30K subs is the goal. Thank you guys. We reached 21,000. You guys are actually killing it for us on YouTube. We appreciate you guys so much. Cherry Master is here. Sixes is here. KDN is here. LSR, we appreciate you. Yo. And then we have Marcelio is in the house. Marcelio's
Mauricio's brother.
Ant-Man is here. DJ Clitty Litter. It's been a while, my friend. Thank you so much for showing up. Patty Poo is here, our Bitcoin machine. So we will potentially, if everything works out correctly, we could have the BTCs joining us Tuesday after our Q&A session coming here live, but that's still in the planning mode.
Play some video games. Yeah. Throw some Q&A at I think it's, what is it, Patoshi, Papa Toshi, or Papa?
Yeah,
I don't know his name exact. Yeah, he might be joining us.
Yep. We had Lucky on the show, so it'd be nice to have him on the show as well. Sixes is here. Cheaty is in the building. He said, "What's up, guys?" Followed by Mark E. Potlito. Mark is here. We appreciate you, Mark. And then we have, let's see. No is in the building. Glasshopper is here. Kai Effect is in the building. We appreciate you, Kai. Chain Watchers here. Cash Cats is here with his donuts and his coffee. He is ready for today. Abdul United is here. Nocturnal's in the building. Let's go, man. We appreciate you, Nocturnal. Always here, man. Lackey Lukey is here. Mike's World. Let's see. Patty Poop with a beep boop. And let's see if we have any last minute people to enter. If you're gonna make the roll call. And that's it. All right, guys, that's the roll call today. You guys are all winners in my eyes. We will remember every one of your names for when we're in the bull market, guys. We appreciate everyone being here. 332 people on a Friday. We are just flying right now. Killing it, guys. Killing it.
Yep.
All right, we'll get into some Ordinal stuff, but first, I just want to hit on this. Let me hit on this other one here. Yep. So we have go to ordzar.com, hit the high pass high in 30 minutes from right now is the guaranteed, followed by some other ones here. So you have the guaranteed at 12 to 4, but then another guaranteed at 3. First come, first serve. So if you do have an Ordinal Revolution pass, this is where you will be. If there's 50 lucky winners, so definitely check here, guys. See if you're eligible. For me, I'm eligible for the GTD, but check if you're eligible here. And we will have some passes to give away as well. We're giving away a bunch of passes to you guys. That's why we're GTT, so we can get the passes to give to you guys, so you guys don't have to pay no fee or anything, and we can give them guaranteed to you guys. So we will have some Ordinal Hive pass to give away next week. It should be fun. We'll come up with different games and stuff like that to play. So
yep. All right. Excited about that. That's for sure.
Going into our first topic here, Or.io, they tweeted yesterday, and this kind of perked up my ears a little bit. What if we released a pump.fun for runes? And the best word here in this entire tweet was tomorrow. It wasn't what if we do it? It wasn't what if we do it next month? It was tomorrow, which is technically today because this was out yesterday. What the hell does Or.io have cooking, bro?
I don't know. I'm not sure. So pump.fun, what is that exactly? Is Or.io trying to release like a platform similar to it?
So yeah, which is weird though, because over here with our minting stuff, it's kind of very similar to what Pump.fun does already. So basically, I'm not too familiar with it. I'm not a Solana guy, so I'm probably not the perfect person to be doing this. But it's basically like a launch pad, and I think like a little bit or of the proceeds that are taken in go to the LP pool, like right away. So they kind of make the contract for you. Because Solana uses smart contracts, something that we don't use over here. And it takes a portion of that and puts it in an LP pool, so where it kind of gives it a market cap right away off the bat. And you can kind of come in here and you can kind of jump on these tokens super early. I mean, some of these tokens are at a $6,000 market cap, $5,000 market cap. So they're tiny, tiny market caps. But there's hundreds and hundreds of these things, dude. Hundreds. So
what
I'm not
side
really
are you
sure.
on right now?
Pump.fun. Here, I can show it.
Gotcha.
So this is Pump.fun. I'm not sure what Or.io would have, but it just seems nuts, right? There's a lot just going on. It just buys constantly, different things. Just these are just all meme coins on the site, but I don't know what Or.io could have under this, because we already have that with our minting process, no?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure either. Like, how could they create like liquidity pools and stuff like that? But maybe they would just do it to where, it's like a leaderboard, and whatever is more popular, than people like just jump on, the wagon with that. That's what I'm thinking that they would do, because we don't have liquidity pools here. So, I mean, that could be effective in terms of trying to build momentum up, right? Like people are like, it's a place for people to like cheer together. Like, rah, let's get this to like 100 million market cap. So it could be a good idea. Actually, now thinking about it.
So what would they would mint out the whole supply and then put them in these claim portals?
Yeah, possibly, or just advertise them and see how many holders and like what's going on, and people can kind of like comment on them right then and there. I don't know. I'm just trying to use my imagination of what they could do.
Because I feel like Or.io and their minting service is already this, just without the marketing aspect of it. So I'm curious of what they're going to come up with. Leonidas is a very intelligent person, and I'm looking forward to a release today. I mean, it's pretty nuts. But they give no warning. Just go.
That's how whenever builders are building in stealth, that's what happened, right? So
yeah, for sure. All right, Ghosty is excited to announce the latest integration with Zeta blockchain. With this powerful collaboration, Ghosty users can now seamlessly bridge their assets over to Zeta blockchain. I'm not too familiar with Zeta. I know it's an Ethereum L2 or maybe an L1. I'm not really sure, but I know it's I think it's EVM. Do you know anything about Zeta? And I mean, Ghosty's just partnering with everybody at this point. They're being they're going to get you to every chain.
With Zeta. I'm not familiar with them, but it does seem like that's what their approach is, right? Is they're like, imagine, think about this scenario. The spooky L2 comes out, right? Let's say like, I don't know, 3 months from now. Ghosty has a bridge to all these like, users, right? So it just seems like this has like been thought out very, well, and if that's the case, then they have access to bridge from all these chains, and they become an ultimate bridge for their L2. Then what do you think? What are you looking at? You're probably looking at an L2 that's going to get a lot of attention and a lot of users possibly. So I don't know. We'll see how this plays out. Obviously, we need to learn what the spooky L2 is even like going to be in terms of specs and all the information and details. But they've been doing this for a while, right? They've been partying, integrating different side chains, L2s, just everything. And so it's not new, but I think it could be a really effective game plan if that's what they're shooting for.
What if Ghosty gets put on all these chains and like LP for them all on their native exchanges and stuff like that, their native dexes? What if Ghosty just becomes like so popular? It's insane to me that we're potentially holding a token that could be on every chain.
Yeah, that would be absolutely nuts, right? And that would be huge for Tap as well, because now you have a Tap token that's going to be wrapped and bridged over to these other environments and ecosystems. Then that ultimately benefits, the Tap ecosystem, right? Because now you have a standard that is on all these EVM chains. Obviously, it's a synthetic mirrored version, but it's there, right? So I think it could be really, really big.
Yeah, man. So our boy Yasher here says Zeta did a fair airdrop to the early testers. The platform is great, professional, and there are many utilities from API to swap and bridge grant program for builders. Okay. And he said Zeta did. Okay, it's the same comment twice. But yeah, man. So I don't know. It seems like it's very fair. It's very, very put out. So I want to hit on this comment from Tree City West that kind of helps us out with our last topic. He said the special sauce with Pump.Fun is how they used LP pools. So not sure how that would translate to Bitcoin. Exactly. That's what I was thinking too. LP pools is
There's a way to do it. There's a way to do it, but you got to utilize. There is a project coming out. Well, no, not on L1. It's a side chain. Right, the project's on a side chain, and it's going to mimic Pump.Fun, and it's going to be more effective than Leonidas' approach, in my opinion, because exactly this, what Tree City West says, they're going to be able to do the LP pools, but because it is Merlin, they're going to be able to kind of satellite mint, on Bitcoin Layer 1 using this DApp on Merlin chain. So it's coming, but I think the thing with Ord.io, unless there's some new technology, we had a great call recording. We're going to release that tomorrow with Bob Bodley that goes into like these proto runes and these sub meta protocols and stuff and BRC20 2.0. And I mean, unless they're going to use that, which they're not because it's so early, then it's going to just the Pump.Fun version of Ord.io is just going to be to try to pump them from like a one place where the entire runes and ordinals community can go to and just try to like, get together and pump these tokens up together. The
only thing I can see it doing is just minting the whole thing out and putting a claim. So you just go and you don't got to mint. You just kind of claim the tokens and then you just roll with it. You know what I mean? So,
maybe,
which could get botted up really quickly. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know what they got cooking, but I'm excited to see it.
Guys, keep putting your comments and questions in the chat. We'll get to those in the Ordinals after hour here in about 22 minutes.
Well, a little longer than that because we got Fluid Friday.
That's true. So, so about
an hour.
30,
yeah. Jumping on to the next thing here, SMB BRC Fund, who I personally think is Benny. I think it's Benny's alt account, but he says, just kidding. This is just speculating because he was one of the early. I mean, he was tweeting about Tap at like our track at like 4 cents, right? So he's very intelligent.
In the know.
He doesn't know, and he only talks about Tap and track stuff. So even back then, he rarely talked about Ordi. He did talk about Ordi, but it was very far and in between the track stuff. So Benny's alt account says tokenizing real world assets on Bitcoin with Tap. So he had a tweet on this. You can go to his Twitter to read the full thing, but it didn't really say anything else. That's just kind of what Tap is doing to us right now. They're coming out with these buzzwords like real world assets and these promises and about promises, and stuff like that. So they're really building hype. I am definitely hoping that everything that is building up is what we're expecting, and it's not like a dud. But I don't think it will be. I think they have a lot of backing. I think they have a lot of building over the last year or so. So I think they're just about ready to show this marketplace, to show wallets, to show LP pools. Who knows, right? I mean, everything that we're expecting is DeFi oriented from them, and that now they're coming out with this real world asset stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm on the same boat as you in terms of that. Like, you don't want to be let down, and I feel like even in that conversation with Bob Bodley, he pointed out, because we asked him about the partnership with ICP and TAP, and he said that Benny was a very talented developer that is very particular with how things get launched and stuff like that. So it made a lot of sense to me. And you and I both think when Bob Bodley talks, people should listen. He's very intelligent in the space. And so to me, that gave me a little boost of extra confidence that this could be something that, is different. This could be something that surprises people. This could be something that a community really gets behind and starts to utilize, right? You mentioned it yourself. You're starting to see volume increase with multiple tokens, Gib, Ghosty, Traverse, all these tokens on Ordinal's wallet, which is the #1 volume marketplace for TAP, but it's not fully dedicated to it. Is starting to really go up in volume, and so when TAP releases their specific TAP marketplace, which should be here in the next couple of days, I think that's a game changer. TAP's brand is behind it. People will really support that. So I'm excited for that. I want to use that like right away.
Yeah, I mean, you can just see once the TAP puts out a marketplace, Ordinal's wallet might fall apart, because look, Ghosty's #1, Gib is #3, Traverse is #6, DMT Nat is #5, Karma is #8, Sora is #12. Like, what if these tokens? I mean, when TAP drops their marketplace? I mean, listing over here would kind of be stupid, because you're gonna want to go where the action is. You're gonna want to go where Benny is potentially adding liquidity to it potentially, right? I mean, they're gonna have a marketplace style here, but I mean, who knows what they're gonna add with swaps and things like that. So you could really see Ordinal's wallet really take a hit once these TAP tokens are traded on a dedicated TAP marketplace.
Yeah, it's almost kind of, it reminds me a little bit of Ord Swap in the very beginning days. They were a marketplace that people used. They started to use, and especially with the bitmap thing, people started using it in the beginning, and then it just lost a lot of volume. And I don't even know if that website's up anymore. But I don't think Ordinal's wallet goes away. Ordinal's wallet and Randy and his team and stuff, like they're doing fine.
Yeah.
They're gonna stick around for the bull market probably a lot longer. Honestly, like I got to commend them for even doing that, because no one else would put 100%. TAP on their marketplace, right? So, but I do think it does take some of the TAP, volume away. Because I do agree. I think that the TAP team marketplace is going to be the #1 volume place for it. Why wouldn't it, right? Yeah. And then another thing that kind of gets me away from being nervous and anxiety about like the TAP ecosystem and if it's going to become something is infrastructure build outs. So we're about to have the second wallet that's solely dedicated to TAP, or at least like focuses on TAP #1. That's huge. Once you have more than one wallet, that means that there's competition in that game, right? Same thing with marketplaces. You're going to have more than one marketplace, and you're going to have more than one dedicated to just TAP marketplace, or TAP is the main focus. And so that's another thing that makes me feel good about the upcoming TAP ecosystem. So I think we have time with this bull market to take advantage of that.
I agree. I love Yasher's comment here. He says, "Yeah, so tokenizing real world assets is like, I do list my house for 1 million TAP, and someone buy it using TAP." And I understand this correctly, dude. I have no idea. That sounds insane. I'm gonna list my car because I don't really drive anymore, so I'll list my car for some TAP tokens. We'll see what happens. I mean, that's a real world asset. We'll see what happens. But
yeah, I think it's more like like a project and a token behind a project, like that has like mining or some sort of business model behind it, or backed by gold, or that type of real world asset approach to it, right? And so I could be wrong, but that's what I always thought it meant.
I want to hit on just two comments real quickly. Yeah, Asher goes, TapX is hiring marketing intern. They're looking for someone with at least 6 months of experience on Ordinals and marketing background. Check their Twitter for more details. Yo, so TapX, yeah, so TapX was originally founded by Santiago. Santiago is one of the biggest scumbags in the space. He called Benny a Nazi. He's just a terrible person. And TapX needs a rebrand. I think he's still a part of it. He still owns TapX, so we will not be, using that whatsoever on this channel. I'm kind of hoping those guys go and they build their own project and kind of leave that behind. But I don't go into this, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry, Yago. I know you don't like me saying that stuff, but
if we could minimize those spotlights, because basically that's what you gave him more spotlights there.
Yeah, but I just want to make sure that nobody goes becomes our marketing intern, but because we're not going to pay you, it's an intern position. So anyway, moving forward, I did want to hit on an amazing comment. So by Sixes, he goes, "You dudes are making this cycle memorable. Awesome people in the chat, great guests and alpha. Will you be live minting high? I can live mint one. I can do mine live. So
why not?
We'll do that 12. All right. Moving back to the banners here. Yeah, man, appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here every single day, buddy. You're the reason why we do this every day, for guys who are just out there busting their ass, who want to be caught up in the space, and you guys give us the platform to do it. Without you guys watching, that there is no Ordinal Revolution. So thank you guys.
Yeah.
I found this funny. I don't know. Rumors that Mr. Beast, the YouTuber of all YouTubers, the number one YouTuber in the world, is considering a role of the official ambassador of dog.
Who posted that?
Meeple, a tiny, I don't know. Yasher put it in the Telegram.
No, I mean like who originally posted it? Do you know?
I can't remember. It did have a thing there. I can look.
Okay.
I'll look it up.
I wonder if it was Leonidas.
I don't know. I didn't see anything really nice, but I thought this was funny. Come on, guys. I mean, if Mr. Beast does, so Mr. Beast has said Bitcoin was his big break. He bought Bitcoin really cheap. He put about $100,000 in Bitcoin, and it went to about $3 to $4 million back in 2017. So Bitcoin gave him an opportunity to build the YouTube channel and not worry about money. So he could be, be in Bitcoin and still be in Bitcoin and then potentially buying dog and stuff like that, right? He's very innovative, and that would be big, but I just can't see that.
Well, I found this post. I don't know how legit it is, but it says, "Good morning, Dog Army. Rumors that Mr. Beast is considering the role of official ambassador of the dog coin of Bitcoin. Reposted. You like the idea?" So,
how many followers does he have?
Not many. I think it's 838. Not bad.
Okay.
But yeah, so it could just be like this push, right? But I the most effective way to utilize that would be and I can see Mr. Beast being interested in Bitcoin's ecosystem and stuff, but if he really gets into the ecosystem, I think that's where this could benefit. But if he's just kind of I'm a part of the dog, or I'm official ambassador of dog, and he doesn't really know what he's talking about, I think it actually won't do much, even though he has that many followers.
Well, like I said, he was in Bitcoin, right? So he definitely understands the space. He's made a lot of money off it. You don't buy Bitcoin without understanding it, especially $100,000 worth when you don't have that money to lose. So and that became 3 million. And he's probably loyal to Bitcoin now, and then it's fun, dogs. And he's big, and one of his YouTube videos from 2 weeks ago or something, he gave away 100 dogs. When I gave away, 100 people adopted dogs from him, and he gave him $10,000 to do it. He's giving away dog food, giving away all this stuff. So he's a big dog,
lover.
He's for sure. He tries to save. He saved over 200 dogs in 2 videos, and he gives the dog charities and stuff like that. So it does make sense. It definitely does make sense.
And I his following count will definitely, it would positively affect it, even if he didn't dive into it deeply, but it wouldn't be sustainable, right? So I think if he did get involved with it, that would be it would just mean a lot more, or it would go a lot further, which would be amazing if he did, because imagine Mr. Beast getting into ordinals and stuff. So
So it's like it's fair mint. It's all the stuff that's like okay. You know, he couldn't get in trouble with it. So we'll see. But moving on to the next thing here. So I was lucky enough to be a part of the Bitmap Emporium Town Hall last night. Limitless shared a lot of information and what is next for Bitmap Emporium. So if you hold a Bitmap Emporium Ordinal, which like both of us do, you're eligible for these events in their Discord. You can kind of go in and it was late for me. It was like 11:30, and I saw the tweet from Limitless, and I was like, you know what? Let me jump in this because I was just hanging out, doing research, doing my normal thing, making some trades and stuff like that. And I joined it, and I stayed quiet. I didn't say anything. I was just in there listening, and so 9bit, who is kind of like a VC, he is a smaller VC, but he's a big part of this, and so they definitely have some venture capitalists working with them. And Limitless went in there. He shared his backstory. He shared everything about Neo Tokyo and everything like that. And he basically said he wants to build a community of businesses, of community of business owners, community of really well-established people, and he's using the Bitmap Emporium to do so. He owns several businesses he spoke about, and he sold them all to kind of get into crypto, and he's like heavily in the crypto right now and ordinals and NFTs, and he really wants to build something. He wants to build something special, something he's calling the the Bitcoin version of Neo Tokyo, being an alpha group, being a builder of like people and communities and stuff like that. So I don't know. It really changed my outlook on it. I owned one going into that. Now I own three. So that should tell you how I felt about it. But what do you think about all this information and about Limitless in general?
I mean, you saw he takes control of trying to, I guess, guide the community and project to a successful end, right? And so right after the project launched, first he built up the community, the hype for the launch, and then he started traveling to conventions and events to where he knew that he could really extend his network. And that's exactly what he did, right? And he started partnering right away, like big names or something that he knew would bring a big splash and attention to Bitmap Emporium. So I think he's really talented with that, right? And then having this community approach to kind of be like, okay, let's all succeed together. That's obviously like a positive thing, right? We actually had a quick meeting with 9bit before, and we know that like they're very serious in terms of the projects they get involved with. So I think that's also another bullish thing about this project, right? Having someone with that business experience too. He's British, right? Limitless.
He didn't sound British. I'm not really sure where he's from.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
He had an accent, but I couldn't pinpoint it.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. And he obviously has the experience of being a part of that Neo Tokyo community and stuff. But from what you told me, he was like, hey, look, guys, like there's a lot more to like Neo Tokyo success than just Alex Becker was the only thing that made it successful. So he's bringing a lot of those principles to this project, which makes me bullish, right? Because I'm bullish on ordinals, and I think that ordinals definitely have that crazy run up when things are all going, people are running around like a chicken with their head cut off, trying to figure out what to throw money at.
Yeah. And he sees something special in DMT and Nats. So another thing that we kind of faded up until now, and now I think we're both jumping in head first now. We're probably going to mint everything goes forward. I have a bunch of ticket bits now. I was buying them on secondary. So I'm definitely getting bullish on that ecosystem. And he's very bullish on it. He's dropping the nap bats. So if you do own a Bitmap Emporium, you will be eligible for the snapshot. And if you do own, I don't know when the snapshot is. He said he's tired of hearing the when's. It'll happen when it happens. So I think you still have time to, if you don't have a Bitmap Emporium, to get one, so you can get one of these nap bats. But that'll be like the official mascot of the Bitmap Emporium. So you'll have the PvPs, and then you have the mascot or whatever. So that should be interesting. I'm not sure what that's going to be. It sounds like it's going to be some type of mint that they're doing with using mscribe, and we'll see. I've had, I've done a few mints with mscribe so far, and I love the platform. So I'm excited to see this connection. I'm sure he's had talks with Block Runner. I don't think you just get on mscribe without doing so. So he's definitely understanding ecosystem, and he's bullish, guys. And which makes me even more bullish that, again, I think we're going to be early to, not as early as a lot of our community members, because you guys definitely turned us on to, turned me personally on to DMT. But yeah, but shout out to Black Runner. Watched their video yesterday. My tweet appeared where I showed my Nat Cat, my frog, and they're finally understanding that we're here, and you know, as if we get bullish on something, we get really bullish on it. But if we're not bullish on it, we don't really get into it much, right? So but we're definitely bullish on DMT now.
Yeah, and for clarity, I did buy Nat Cat back whenever you were bearish on it.
You sold it though a month later.
Yeah, I did. I actually sold it. I want to say I sold it probably like a week and a half later. But you know, I've always loved the concept of DMT and units. I feel like it just needed to be broken down and to be mass adopted, right? And I think that they mentioned yesterday on their show that like it spurred, like one of the comments and stuff on our show spurred them to do like a Q&A, which I think that's positive, right?
Yes.
Like because now they're explaining like to a more broader audience on like, okay, like this is actually not difficult to comprehend, but you just got to listen to us for a little bit. And they did break it down. But the one thing I'll say is that my interest with it is similar to bitmaps. Like, so I'm interested in it, but you know, I'm excited about how non-arbitrary data gets utilized here and stuff like that. But it's starting to ratchet up a level because, you know, someone just came out with 3D assets and how they're using, you know, DMT to create these assets as well. So the more creative and the more deep this goes, right, it becomes almost like a new kind of like I would say like a programming type of environment, right? Like a programming, I don't want to say language yet because, you know, they're obviously, it's more of like the logic is being utilized like a programmer, right? And I love that. So the more deep it gets, the more I'm going to get interested in, because I feel like they'll get to a point to where, I mean, look at Ticketbit. I'm sure it works, like the time works with block heights or something. They've got something figured out with that. You know, so that's amazing. And I think it's going to get even deeper because there's going to be a lot of talented developers that dive into this because this makes them scratch their brain.
Well, you have the technology, you have the marketing, you have Block Runner, you have us talking about it now. And then all you need next, right, is the degens, right? I mean, that's the last component to success. You need good marketing, good technology, and a lot of degens. But more and more degens are moving into DMT net. I'm seeing it on my timeline. Shout out Crypto Fox. He's been talking about it now, and he's you know, he's definitely, he's always there. Anytime I buy something, he's tweeting about the same thing, and we have no, you know, we don't really talk that much. So it's pretty cool to see a lot of different people in this, and they're kind of going over to it. I think the TAP token launch is definitely a reason why I think a lot of people are getting bullish on it, and this being kind of TAP's version of those ordinals. So I'm excited to see what's next. I hope there's a lot of success with this, but moving on here because we are getting down to the time crunch. So we're gonna jump through these couple of these. I might save one or two for tomorrow or for Monday or to the update. So No Monkey sales bot broadcasting sales now. So the Nose Monkey just got a sales bot. Like you know, Frogs have one, a lot of other ones, and I follow them. And I didn't notice that No Monkeys didn't have a sales bot, but they have one now. Do you think this helps the price? I mean, the price jumped after the sales bot, but went back to 0.18.
Yeah. So they're broadcasting it on their official Twitter account.
Yep. So as soon as that broadcast happens on Magic Eden, it gets sent to the Twitter, and Twitter automatically puts it out.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool. Like, I don't think it's going to change much, right? I mean, it's cool to get that notification though. Once things start. So I guess you'll know if someone's pumping, right? Because then you'll get, holy crap, I just got like 10 notifications in like 5 minutes. Then you're like, oh crap. So that's pretty cool, that part of it.
100%. Jumping into our last topic for today before we get into Fully Friday, Unisat adds sweep feature for BRC20 purchasing. What is this all about?
So they just added a sweep feature to where you could sweep a certain amount of BRC20s and you know, just I don't know, probably increase the amount that you could get at one time, trying to follow the Magic Eden's approach with runes and stuff like that to compete. Right now, I think they're trying to, maybe they're listening to our show, because we've said that Magic Eden is really dominating, and what they've been focusing on is pain points and creating solutions to those pain points. That's what I mean. At the end of the day, that's the fundamental strategy of winning in business. You identify pain points for your audience and you solve those pain points. And so Magic Eden has been just so aggressive with that. Unisat has been slow with it, but maybe they're ramping up, man, because everybody's got to do it that wants to compete.
Yeah, and I think in the beginning we were buying our runes on Magic Eden, but that quickly changed about 2
On
weeks
Unisat,
later.
you mean?
On Unisat, yeah. So that quickly changed, but Unisat was always one of my favorite places to buy stuff. But Magic Eden is just such a nice dashboard with charts, and it's just so easy to sell and buy. And I don't know. They have a lot of catching up to do when they were leading at one point. So,
yeah, I agree, man. Once you get people to change their habits, it's really hard to get them to change them back, right? So, Magic Eden's done a good job in their strategy to change the habits of fungible token purchases, and they've done a good job with that.
So we're about 13 seconds away from the Ordinal Hive pass drop, and of course the site broke. For Ordzar. Yeah, Ordzar is not working.
Do you have that link that goes directly to the passes?
No, I don't. I didn't know there was one.
But like, how'd you find it?
Oh, wait. I got it. I got it here. Sorry.
Well, yeah, can you put it in the private chat? Because I want to send it to our Discord too.
I'll put it in the comments as well.
Just so we got it. Yeah, this is gonna be exciting. This is going to be exciting. Is it? Broken site. No. On Friday.
Yep. So that's the only problem with Ordzar. But
yeah. The servers
come back to it later.
Yeah, the servers are just getting overwhelmed here. We might have the Ordinal Hive team jump on. We'll see. They're obviously busy right now with the launch here or this mint. So we'll just get into the questions here first. And if they are able to jump on, that's great. If not, then no worries. Oh, yeah. You want to go through the Fluid Fridays first?
Yep.
Let's do that.
Put up the banner. So
we got all day today, fellas and ladies. So hang out with us and we'll get
410 people in here right now. Good. It's definitely our biggest day of the week. We appreciate every single one of you guys. So basically one of our partners, Fluid, there's an airdrop alert, guys. Airdrop alert, 1,000 passes will be dropped to 1,000 users. So you're going to want to go over to what is it? It's right here on the screen. btc.fluidtokens.com. So you want to go to the site, and I will show it on my screen here. And
there's going to be some good details that we're going to give you guys right now. So
100%. So, airdrop, guys. This is free stuff. It's super simple, super easy. So all you need to do is come over here and hit the swap feature. It's going to bring you this amazing looking Uniswap like dashboard for swapping and stuff like that. It looks amazing. There is this little trophy up here. This is going to be very important for when it goes live. It is not live yet, but before it goes live, you guys are going to have 30 days to basically stay.
Well, you're starting now, actually, because it's going to keep track of it now.
But you have 30 days left, basically. I would say about 32, 34 days left. I think, what's the cutoff day? July
31st.
Okay, so you have until July 31st to be in the top 1,000. You want to be in the top 1,000 to get this. So you're going to see a lot of probably bots trying to get in this, a lot of stuff. But you to stay focused, make trades. I think it shouldn't be too hard. We're not. We're in a very slow moment in Bitcoin, so it shouldn't be too hard to be in the top 1,000. But it's real simple. Just come over here, choose the coin that you want, and then what you're going to want to do is here, just come over to Bitcoin, put the amount of Bitcoin, and you guys can go real low. It doesn't got to be a lot of Bitcoin, 0.0001, and you can see it automatically makes my trade and hit swap. And what it's going to do, it's going to bring up my wallet, and I don't know if I need to sign back in. Let's see. Where's my wallet? There it is. All right, and then I'll just come over here, and I'm just going to put my passphrase in. Going to hit OK. It's going to load up, and then it's awaiting signature, and then I'm going to hit confirm. You can see I'm swapping $17 for 775 dog. I'm going to hit confirm, and it should give me a confirmation. that the trade went through. Boom, got it. Swap order successfully filled. You will receive the tokens. Sats in your wallet. One of the sellers signed. So the seller has to sign it, and they'll get a notification to let them know that their orders went through.
Yep.
And same thing, if you want to go back the other way here, see, I have about 38,000 dogs. So again, I'm just kind of airdrop farming, right? So I'm gonna hit 38.52. I'm gonna sell all my dog here, and I'm gonna get rid of the 0. I'm gonna put decimal point, and then same thing. It's gonna give me 0.001003 Bitcoin. I'm gonna swap that, and same thing. Let's pull up my wallet.
Yeah. And just to give you guys a heads up, we do recommend Xverse Wallet for this because the way it breaks down exactly what you're doing and what you're receiving, what you're spending and what you're receiving. So, you know, that is the recommendation for the Fluid platform for now is at, you know, Xverse Wallet. That's what I would use.
Yep. 100%. I honestly use Xverse Wallet for everything now, just because I don't want anything accidentally happening. I like Unisat. Unisat Wallet was amazing, but with runes now and stuff, Xverse is better equipped with having the 2 wallet feature of you're spending from the one account and then you're receiving in the Taproot address. So I think that's just the better way of doing it. I think Xverse won the wallet battle for sure, but exit out, and keep making trades, guys. And then when the leaderboard is out, we'll be the first ones to tell you. And you're definitely going. So what it is, it's going to be airdropped of a pass, and then you know, potentially, because Fluid does have a token, it's a Cardano token, and that is going to be bridged over to Bitcoin. I think every builder on Cardano is eventually going to come to Bitcoin because of this. They're basically both UTXO models, and they're very experienced with that. So you're going to see a lot of innovation that's been focused on Cardano, but now with ordinals and runes, especially with runes, because you can do a lot more things with non-transfer inscription, right? And I think that's the biggest part about runes not having that transfer inscription, because their Fluid is actually building something amazing, and you know, they couldn't do it with BRC20s. So it's monsters, guys. Fluid is going to be the top place. It's going to be a swap. It's a lending platform as well. It's kind of like it's
earnings
kind of
coming.
Liquidium.
I'll just say that.
Yeah. So it's
we won't get
like
into more details, but
this is Liquidium's only competitor right now, their biggest competitor, and it's Fluid. And there's gonna be a lot of stuff you can do. So you got Bitcoin frogs and puppets, but we also have more information with the swap with the NFTs, right? If you want to break that down.
Yeah. So what Shizzy is showing you guys is basic functions or basic transactions that you can do to earn points, right? So if you're gonna farm, then you know you can make small transactions or whatever, but the more transactions, the more points you get. If you're in the top 1,000 in the leaderboard by January 31st, you qualify for a Fluid token.
July 31st.
Yes, that's July 31st. Sorry if I misspoke there. Then you'll qualify for the airdrop you qualify for the Fluid tokens pass, which is actually looks very sleek and nice. And then that has future benefits like with discounted fees, I believe, and stuff like that. But more importantly, you know, possibly token airdrops and stuff like that. I'll let them confirm that side. But this is the bonus here. This is the multiplier. So if you are planning to do this, which I am going to do, and I would recommend it because, you know, it's going to be points, right? So if you have a Bitcoin Puppet, Node Monk, Runestone, Quantum Cats, OMB, Bitcoin Frogs, Nat Cats, Big Pizza Ninjas, or the Ordinal Revolution OG Pass, then you'll get a bonus multiplier for all your transactions, right? So that gives you a boost. That gives you a head start. So we will post these in the show notes. We'll post these in the show notes so you guys have the list there. But yeah, so you can strategize and gamify that, right? Like let's say you have a Puppet and a Node Monk, probably 2 separate wallets, and then you know, same thing with OG Pass, right? So we wanted to make sure that we got all of our OG Pass holders involved, and you know, of course, Fluid obliged with that, and you know, allowed us to add it in there, and so. Yeah, so this is going to be really exciting. You do, if you are one of those holders, you do get a little bit of an edge, right? But even if you don't hold any of these, as long as you know have a strategy, you can still be in that top 1,000.
100%. Yeah, man. So definitely, if you do have one of those, just go over here and use the site, guys. So basically, what you're doing by doing this, you're kind of helping them kind of test out their site, making sure everything. Because this is definitely kind of like beta for them. It's very early days. They just want to make sure that they're what they're building will work successfully, and I think it will be. I'm a huge fan of Raul. So there's 3 people in the space where I talked to them, and I read right away. I was just like, boom, this guy got it. This guy has it. The first one was Benny back in July of 2023. The second one was Jeff back in August of 2023. And the third one was Raul. And that was this year. And we had him on the show. And then after the show, I was like, yo, dude, this guy has it. And I mean, Yagobi just looked at each other at the same time and we're like, yeah, this guy's going to build something special. And at the time, all they had was the lending service. And it was one of those things where it was just like, okay, you know, this isn't up to where the Liquidium is, but they do it different way. They do it differently than how Liquidium is. It isn't a copycat Liquidium. It's something very similar to a order LP in some ways, where you're borrowing against kind of an LP. You can add to the LP, you can add a frog, you can add Bitcoin, and someone can borrow from that way. So it's very exciting that they're doing it in a whole different way. It's a way they use UTXOs over on Cardano, and they're bringing it here. Definitely bullish on them, dude. Definitely. We wouldn't be partners with them if we weren't. So.
Yeah, I think the experience for like the UTXO, environment working on it for so long really sticks out. Because what they have coming, guys, like I'm waiting for like the token TGE event, because I'm like, for me, personally, I'm looking to get more of their token if possible. Obviously, we'll see how they end up launching the Bitcoin side, but yeah.
Well,
so anyways,
you can buy the token right now. But it's in Cardano form, and you can use MEXC. If you have a MEXC account, you can buy the Fluid token. Just go to CoinGecko, type in Fluid, and that'll give you the ticker, and then you can take that ticker over to MEXC, and you can buy it there. So it will be 1-to-1. So every one that you buy, you'll get 1 rune for that as well. So they are on MEXC, and I've been accumulating. I have a MEXC account. It's my favorite exchange. I only use MEXC and Cash App. That's my only 2 places that I buy Bitcoin and Cash App, and I buy, I transfer the Bitcoin over there, and then buy things on MEXC. So, but I'm holding that as a 1-to-1. So when it's ready, I can convert all my Cardano tokens to a rune.
Yep. All right. We're going to jump into the Ordinal After Hour. We have 414 people in here, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And we love hanging out with y'all. So we're going to get into the interaction part of the Q&A and comments here. But here we go. Let's jump into it. PJNZ says, I bet this will be a fun one. He's talking about a debate. Got some debate coverage. I watched for about 20 minutes from New Zealand and couldn't bear it. Yeah, good luck, USA. Yeah, it was definitely tough. Man. Like, I would say, like, one thing you did notice is that Trump did try to tame himself a little bit more. But the mic shut off was a huge thing. I think that was actually a good thing and benefited him. So,
yeah, it hurt Biden. You heard Biden in the background and stuff. That was terrible. CNN screwed Biden with that.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, man. And then the camera shots when he would just look at Trump with his mouth open, and be like, and
he fell asleep. Crazy. Someone won a bet and falling asleep. They won like $11,000 off a $250 bet.
Oh, they had odds with that. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Well, tons of drinking.
Fell asleep, dude.
A bunch of people probably got drunk with drinking games yesterday too, because it was like every time Trump does this, every time Biden does this. But PJNZ says, but love the Ordinal Revolution show. Awesome. We love you too, man. So appreciate you being a member of ours there. Danny Boy says markets should be booming. I actually think that the only reason Bitcoin isn't at like 58,000 right now is because of the debate and how well Trump did in terms of relative to Biden's performance. But I do think that the markets will be booming soon. Whether that's a week away or 2 weeks away, it's right around the corner. I feel like. Not necessarily like huge lift off, but getting back to 66,000, 67,000 and hanging out around there. So we'll see. Let's see here. I Walk Alone says, good morning from fam. Happy Friday. Let's go. Smash that like. Yes, please smash the like for us always. And it says, share to all your socials. 30K subs is the goal next. Yes, it is. We're just pushing through, guys. And you guys are on the journey with us. So we appreciate it. I mean, it's crazy. 21,000 subs. I mean, just looking back at that, you know, and where we were in October, I think we were maybe at like, in October, I think we were like 800 subs.
Yeah.
Maybe we were a little higher.
Insane.
But like, it was just, it's been a
We
crazy
20X'd.
journey. Yeah. It's been a crazy journey and a fun one for sure. Yeah. And, you know, the good thing about it is that like, I feel like Shizzy and I both have this like drive inside of us that like is like, you know, we just want to keep pushing forward. We just want to keep moving forward. And we're noticing that like minds attract like minds. And we're seeing that in you guys. Like whenever you comment on something or, you know, ask a question, it's just, we feel that same energy coming back to us and we love it. We love it. So keep pushing forward. We're going to make it together.
And the big thing is we're not journalists. We're not TV personalities. We're none of that, right? We're just two guys who just love ordinals and love crypto, and we're consistent. I think those three things, you have to be passionate and consistent, and you can do anything you want to do. As long as you love what you're doing, it's never feels like work, right? So definitely, if you are interested in content creating, go for it. Just got to be consistent. Just don't give up. So.
Yep. Terry Master says, got a whitelist when they first appeared from Fonzie. Nice. Yeah, be like Cherry, you know, go into these discords, get friendly with these, you know, founders and teams, and you get those whitelists and be able to mint and stuff. So that's awesome.
WordZard is still down. I'm gonna check the Twitter and see if they tweeted anything from WordZard.
Mauricio says, nice shirt. Thank you. It is my PFP. It says ribbit. So still rocking the shirt, still rocking the PFP. There's some funny comments in here.
Read them. Let's go.
Yeah, sure. What if they introduce Mike Obama? And then Sixes says, do you think they're going to pull Amtrak Joe? Yes, I do.
Put Joe in a train and forget that he's there?
I think they're going to pull him, honestly. But who knows? Oh, I love this comment by Chidi. This shows that he's been with us for a long time. Yeah. We appreciate you being a member and just, you know, just you in general, because you're always here showing up every day. But he says, I don't know, but I think I'm always happy anytime the market is down. It allows me to see things better and buy more. And that statement couldn't be more true. And we experienced this actually. When I think like, you know, this last year or in 2023, there was multiple times early on where I think Shizzy was kind of like, man, like, I don't know if this space is gonna, he was like, he's like, I'm in, don't worry, I'm in. But like, you know, and I was just like, and I've had some of those moments myself, but I think the first like conviction, like check off was us going into the fall. And, but it kind of backfired. Like we went from like having, you know, maybe low 5-figure portfolios to now we're talking like like 6-figure and stuff like that. But now we're looking at each other and we're like, oh man, this is amazing. Like the first couple 3-5 days of that rush up was amazing. And then after a week of it, you know, I remember us like looking at each other and be like, I'm exhausted. I mean, I got into like, I was posting like market caps for tokens every morning at like 6:30 a.m. And I was like, I got to do it. And that list kept getting bigger and bigger, right?
It did.
But, and then you go, I remember you made a comment. Go, I miss the good old days. I miss when it was slow. And I was like, when we were broke, when everybody was broke, you miss those days. But I get what you meant by it. You know, after going through that, it was just like, man, like once it did calm back down, we were like, okay, like, all right, now that we probably won't see another run up for at least a month and a half, like what are we going to get into at these cheap prices? And I think that's what Chidi's talking about. What do you think?
When bitmaps were flying up. I wasn't sleeping. I was up every like hour and a half, 2 hours, checking my portfolio, checking the prices of things. So worried that things were going to go back down, or was it going to end, or was I not in something that I should have been in? It was very stressful, and it definitely wasn't easy because we both had 9 to 5s then, right? So
Oh yeah,
we're both
I forgot
working.
about
So
that.
that was a tough part because like not only did we have 2 jobs, 2 full-time jobs, guys, we worked over 100 hours a week last year, right? Every day, every week. We 17 hours. We spent a 17 hours on a Sunday one time, like just grinding. So it's one of those things where it's just it was nonstop. We had 100-hour week jobs. We had every waking second was our portfolios, and on top of that, we both have families that we have to make sure we're spending time with. So it was a lot. But I'm prepared for it this time around. I wasn't prepared last time. So
for sure. And Sixes agrees with him and says 1,000 trillion%. Here's a comment here. He says from Cherry Master, it's been the USA's goal to be leading the country in BTC. I guess the countries and BTC mining. Reasons why so many countries are shutting down their mining facilities, psyops. So
yeah, the mining has been the only thing though that's been okay here. So
yeah. I mean, it's like the biggest mining companies are out of here, I think, right? So
yeah,
are in the US. But yeah, I think there's like facilities like in Latin America that could be owned by the US companies or something like that. But yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, man.
Asher says, God bless Bitcoin and its community. Yes, I agree. Glasshopper says the adoption of Bitcoin is one of the reasons I bought property in Belize for retirement. Oh man, I bet you you probably have a nice beachfront place there.
Yeah.
Belize is a country I want to definitely go. It's on my bucket list. Just haven't hit it yet. I definitely want to go there though. Chain Watcher says eyes on the prize next year as always, everyone. Yeah, so as much success that as we've seen, I'm not talking about the show, I'm talking about as a community, and that's been here since 2023, at least in the summer up until now. 2025 to me is, or like the end of this year and early 2025 is going to be something that we got to be ready for. I think we definitely have to be ready for that. Like people, I mean, we could be in positions to where we're looking at bitmaps at like astronomical prices, and like we feel like that's not even like one of the hot assets necessarily like in our space, right? So it's going to be very interesting when Bitcoin's at that 6-figure price point and above, how it affects our space, because I think it's going to affect it in a very positive way. There hasn't been an on-chain economy on Bitcoin the way we have now ever. Nothing close to it, not even anything close to it. And so I think pat yourself on the back, guys, for being here, because we are going to be in a crazy situation in early 2012. I can't imagine it any other way.
100%. Couldn't have said it better.
Yeah, sure says, one question, guys. To take out assets from Traverse, we need to have Bitcoin in the vault too, right? It's like a normal wallet, correct?
Yeah. So what you need to do is just take the address. It gives you an address at the top of Traverse. Click that and send that address wallet. You probably just need a couple bucks in there. You need me like more than $4 or $5. I would just send it there, and then you're able to send that out of there from the wallet feature. So.
Yep. You definitely need to have Bitcoin in there for fees. Yes, you're given some details here on Zeta chain, the chain that Ghosty just integrated. It says Zeta did a airdrop to the early testers. Their platform is great, professional, and there are many utilities from API to swap and bridge and grant program for builders. Cool. Mike Sproul says, did BAMP come down from 30 sats to 12 sats for a specific reason? I didn't know they were that low.
Yeah, they've been getting crushed lately.
Yeah. Well, again, well, not again, but I'm bringing this up as, you know, that I'm sure that maybe there's some teams that hold NUSD, or, you know, team wallets that hold NUSD, and there's a system to make sure that NUSD doesn't depeg and stuff like that. So I think BAMP actually benefits the most while we're bullish as heck, because everything runs up. That's going to run up big time. It's going to pump hard. But, you know, it's the beginning of a stable token and governance reward token ecosystem, right? So we're not in the best Bitcoin price environment right now, but I think that we get out of this pretty soon. So, you know, I can't imagine that they hang down there for very long, right? So, you know, every time that like things run up, I think that they will also run up as well. Like, you know, Bitcoin obviously is the coin to start everything back up, but yeah. What do you think? Do you think this is a normal correction, or this is overboard from going from 30 to 12?
I just think it's market conditions. I wouldn't really worry. I'm not too worried about it too much. It went up too high. People took a lot of profit. This is actually good for the price movement, in my opinion. I'm actually looking to get in, honestly. Would love to get in around 8-9 sats.
Yeah. I mean, I know that like their team is really aggressive right now to make sure that like NUSD is being paired with liquidity pools with USDT and other, you know, USDE and stuff like that on Ethereum chains. And also they have the liquidity pool that's growing on DotSwap. The first time I saw it was at 5 Bitcoin, and the last time I saw it, I think it was yesterday, it was at 8 Bitcoin. So it's growing. I imagine that Odin Swap will probably adopt that as well. I've been testing Odin Swap. I think they still need a little bit of time to get that ready, but you know, Nikib and his team are behind that. So I imagine that you know their Bitcoin layer 1 too, they'll probably add that liquidity pool as well. So I think they'll be okay, at least for, you know, heading into this bull market. But always do your research. Keep researching them.
100%.
All right, Sixes says these protocols are like different alien agendas for us humans. Best to get a little skin in their games. Yes, I agree 100%. 100%. Nocturnal says, have you heard any updates from Tiny Vikings? Have you heard any updates from Tiny Vikings?
So I reached out to Lars about coming on the show, and he has not. I sent him our Calendly, and he has not picked a day or anything yet. So if you do talk to Lars or anybody from that, tell him to hit us back up. You know, I reached out to the first time. I don't like to reach out more than once, because just in case they're not willing to want to get on the show. I don't want to force anyone who doesn't want to. So that's something that they can reach out to us. We get them on the show and get as many updates as you guys want. So reach out to them, tell them they could get on to book on our calendar.
Yep. I heard they were trying to build some sort of swap or something. I don't know exactly what it is. There is a Viking swap that uses stacks, I think, or something that was newer. I'm not sure if that's theirs, but yeah, we'll try to get some more information. Some of our partners have close relationships with them, I think. So we'll try to get some information about that. Thanks for the question, Nocturnal. Go ahead.
We got some update from Leonidas. It's nothing to do with Pump That Fun, but I think it's hello. It's very interesting. Here he says, I'm extremely excited to announce the release of Degen Chat on Ord.io. Degen Chat is the first step of our plan to make runes the most fun, social, entertaining meme coin experience in Web3. Give it a try. And then if you go to Ord.io, let me bring this up here. So if you go to Ord.io, it's really cool. I was just looking at it a second ago to make sure I was prepared for it. So you want to go to runes here, and then you click a rune that you hold or that you've minted. Let's just say this one, and you can go to this chat right here, this little chat box, but it says you must mint or hold the token in order to chat. So you can't just come in here and talk crap. You have to mint this first before you're eligible for the chat box.
Wait. Say that one more time. You have to mint.
All right.
First.
So look, I can't type because you must mint or hold campaign hush money in order to chat. So I can't type in here without minting it. If I'm not a part of the community, I can't talk in the chat.
But you can't do that on. You can still mint it on Luminite.
You can still mint it on. No, you can mint it here, but you just can't enter the chat unless.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So if you mint it here, or if you mint it here, you're eligible for the chat. So if you mint, you can talk. Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that, dude. Yeah. I like that. It's almost like a pay to play. Pay to play. Pay to play.
Or pay to talk trash, or pay to FUD.
Yeah. True. True. Let's see. KaiFX says Block Runner is more metaverse focused. Yeah, 100%. So that's their background, right? So it makes sense for them to be. But we really do love those guys. They're awesome, you know. And hopefully we can link up with them if they make it to Nashville. I think they're still up in the air. They said so. We'll see. Am I freezing here?
No, you're good.
Okay. Six, it says those Nat Cats will be in the NFT crypto museums for future gens to learn from. Yeah, hey, that's why I picked up a couple. I think those are gonna have so I do have some now, but yeah, I picked up a couple because I think they're, you know, first is first. First is 100%. First. Oh, they did delay it. That the initial mint they pushed it back an hour. So okay. Whatever that's supposed to be now, I'm not sure. But
so it was originally 12, so I'm guessing it's 1 for GTD. Yeah. Guaranteed.
So it says Nocturnal says I was expecting some banging 10x ticker spawn from last night's debate, but it didn't happen. Yeah. And actually the Donald Trump runes as well didn't really pump, but maybe it will later. We'll see. We shall see. Mauricio says the pass will be dropped to the top 1,000 on Fluid Red. Yes, the top ranked 1,000 users points. So, you know, can't wait till that dashboard opens up. I imagine it won't be past the 1st of July. So you have, I mean, you're going to be earning off of activity since they announced it. So it was like, I think like 3 weeks ago or whatnot, or whatever they announced on that. But once the dashboard's there, you're going to be able to track it exactly.
Yep.
Yashir says, guys, the Odin swap testnet is open for everyone. Check the Ordzar Discord for details. Yes, go and test that out. Yeah, it's like Nakib. Everybody loves Nakib. And one thing about Nakib is he loves degens a lot, and so he's just trying to create this degen playground for everybody. So go test it out. Tell him the bugs. I already sent a bug over to him already myself. So. Oh, this is a good one. Fixer says, is short the dollar not a rug? Maybe. I feel like there was a strategy behind it, but I don't have any facts. You know, we love those guys at Ordinal Spot. We worked with them. You know, they're cool guys. I respect them because they've built a business model and they have revenue from it. And but one thing I'll say is that they did use short the dollar as like a test for something. Yeah. So it could be something, you know, it could be something. We shall see. All right, this one's for you from Abdul. He says, thoughts on puppets versus nodes in market cap, both sitting around 100 million. What do you think?
Was it? I was just testing the chat. Thoughts on puppets, V's, node in market cap.
Puppets versus node monks in market cap, both sitting at 100 million. Which one? What are your thoughts on those two? Do you
node monkeys easily?
Node monkeys better.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, sales volume is really man, it's neck and neck. It's crazy. So you had 340 sales for puppets and 339 sales for node monks in the past 7 days. So node monks currently are down 5.2%, while puppets are up 32.7%. Goodness, they jumped up from 0.1 to 0.15.
Went from 0.16 though to what are they, 19?
185.
185. Okay. Yeah, so they're both they kind of move together. Puppets move a little faster because they're a little cheaper, but
okay. So it looks like we are gonna have Fonzie and McDurr. I believe. They're going to pop on in a second. But I think we got to get ready for the mint here.
Yep.
Okay. Well, give me a second here. I want to confirm something.
You said the delay was 1 hour, correct?
Yeah.
And so Ordzard, Odayo. I'll jump on the questions a little bit here. When we knock these out, we'll wait for Fonzie to get in. Let's see. Okay, so that's a public comment.
Oh, wait, yeah. So, sorry. His question was, let's finish this one up. His question was, what goes to $1 billion first?
$1 billion?
Yeah, out of both of those. Node monks.
Yeah, no monks for sure. Yeah,
Node monks. We're both on the same page.
They're at 100 million, so that's what? That's over a Bitcoin. It's like almost 1.2 Bitcoin. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yasher says sixes. It's not. You can borrow, lend it right on Liquidium. Biden had an earpiece in the right ear. Did he really? Is that cheating?
I don't know, dude. I felt like he was reading a teleprompter the whole time.
Yeah, and someone's talking in his ear.
Hard at something.
I know. There was something there for him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he was though, because then unless Trump had the same, edge or whatever, because he would have said something.
Yeah. Mike Swirl asks, "Is the symbol for XC fluid?" No, it's FLDT. FLDT. I put that in the chat a little bit ago. But yeah, so here's right here. It's fluid FLDT, and then that's it right there. Mike Swirl did have a comment earlier. I can't find it now, but he asked if he can get in the research and development. If anyone would like to get into that Telegram to help us do research and development, just DM me at Shizzy Sats on X, and I'll get your handle, and I'll add you to the research and developments chat we have. But that's strictly for for research stuff. Anything you see, pop it in there, and then we'll put that on the show.
Someone said Biden was buffering. That's Satoshi. Buffering there.
We got 438 people in here, guys. We appreciate every single one of you guys tuning in all week. It's been absolutely amazing. What's next?
Yeah. Oh, this is a good one. Ishitoshi says, those brokey days were fair fun, though. You guys ever feel you lose that hunger a little once you get a few sats behind you?
I'm hungry now, bro. I'm ready to eat. I'm ready to kill it. Like I've never been more motivated in my life than this last 145 days of sideways.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's still like I think like our mentality is that like we will. It's going to be a long journey to get to the final boss. But like once you start getting to like the top bosses, which this cycle is a top boss for me. Is you get into like a whole different world, right? And that's what I don't think I'll ever lose that hunger. I guess to answer your question,
I think at 10 million, I might lose a little bit of hunger. if I get to like 13 Bitcoin, 14 Bitcoin, I might lose the hunger a little bit, but I'm far away from that, guys.
Yeah, and then also I think that like if hunger means passion, I don't think I'll lose that. Like something has to come into like my environment like consistently to break. I think that's how people lose passion. Is something comes into their psychological environment like continuously and habitually to where it breaks a passion from somebody. Whether that's like someone dealing with like I don't know a crazy family member every single day and like they're their caregiver or something. You get what I'm saying? So that's something and. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I actually think, everybody, family is huge to me. But my point, I was just using that as an example, is that's what would break it. But I don't think we're going to have that. Let's see.
We just broke the 400 level. I'm guessing that's 60,000. Oh, no.
Is the link working? I think they're about to launch the thing here soon. Maybe. No, not yet. Not yet. All right,
we got comments.
Let's see. Yep, I'm getting through them. Hold on. Let's see. Sixes says, I feel like we're 2012 and ETH will be in a couple years. I think the big wigs are feeling the same for BTC. We're in between sizes, somewhere between husky and super effing rich, and with no turning back.
I love that.
2012 and ETH. Ooh, 2012 and so that's like 2012 and 2017. So that's a 5-year gap.
Until 2014.
17.
14.
I think.
Yeah,
ETH definitely showcased. Ethereum showcased in that 2017 bull market, from what I remember. Let's see.
Yeah.
No, okay, so July 30th, 2015.
Okay.
So, but
I know
really
the
didn't.
pre-sale was in 2014 though.
Gotcha. Yeah, so but like it really didn't catch momentum for like on a mainstream level until 2017's bull market or 2016's winter, I think. Yeah, maybe or 2017 when Coinbase was like everybody was using
That was the
Coinbase to buy
IDO.
everything. Yeah,
Yeah,
IDO
the
phase.
IDO season was Ethereum.
Yeah. So 3 years. We're in between a 3-year period. Interesting. So that would be 2023 to 2026. Interesting. I mean, there's a lot of when you actually think about where we are, if you have experience in crypto and then you go back to like the history of ecosystems and you think about Ethereum's ecosystem, right? Like we're so early, but we get to fast forward that because we've seen what it takes to do that, right? You know, just looking at the top 50 ERC20 tokens and how a lot of them were birthed on Ethereum's blockchain and turned into like KuCoin's token for a centralized exchange, or Uniswap's token for decentralized exchange, or like I said, Chainlink, right? So you go through all the top, you know, runes, BRC20s, and you say, okay, what will come out of this ecosystem to be its own? Because they're going to be, I bet you there's going to be a centralized exchange that uses a Bitcoin native token. There'll be dexes that come through like Merlin's, obviously its own chain now. You know, that's like Polygon and stuff like that. So there's just so much upside to this. And it's easy to get distracted and say, oh, I want to go Solana, hit a meme coin, become a millionaire.
Yeah.
It's not easy to do that because they're constantly shifting liquidity and stuff like that. Yeah, you might hit one if you're in an intergroup and stuff like that. But over here, it's like you have the opportunity to get in early into some of these huge possible like projects or entities eventually.
100%.
All right. Cryptocurrency says, yo, what's up, guys? I heard you mention swapping ZBit from BRC20s to runes. I can't find any info on their Twitter or website to do that. Where can I go? Do you know the answer to that?
You just reach out to the BTC machines. Just go to their Twitter handle. I'm sure they have something on there because that's where I saw the tweet from yesterday. So if you do have ZBit BRC20, you will need to convert that in the next 3 days. So let me find the
Did they use the multi-bridge Mubai or whatever? Because I know some of them that bridged over did use those. Yep.
Yeah, just you can reach out to Mr. Lucky or that team. I'm sure somebody can help you find it. Or Patty Poo. If Patty Poo's here, I'm sure he would know where to do it. I'm sure he did it already. So, but you can DM me and I can probably get you in the right area. So at Shizzy Sats on X, and I'll find the information for you.
Okay. Yeah, make sure to DM us, Cryptocurrencies. We want to take care of you for sure and help you out. So make sure you do that. But guys, we're gonna we got Fonzie and McDurr, the two founders of Ordinal Hive, with us. We're gonna bring them up right now, and you know, you guys can have some questions for them about the project. We'll go over some stuff. So without further ado, let's do it.
Let's do it, man.
Hey,
GM, how's it going? How you doing today?
What's up, man? Well, happy launch day. It's the launch of your pass. We know you guys are very excited. What is happening? Because I know Ordzar went down. Your people are just too strong, dude. You broke Ordzar.
No. We're working with them right now. We're in the process of getting that up and running. And once we have that up and running, it's gonna be live. So just testing it out, making sure we account for every single like address. You know how it goes. Sometimes you miss some, so you have to add them. You gotta make sure there's some duplicates. You gotta like remove some. So it was that process there. Very tedious process, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, no, after that, we're gonna make the link live very, very soon. So just keep an eye out on our official social media channels, Discord, Twitter. Please do not click any other links. And then from there, it's gonna be minting, right? So there'll be two separate phases. The first one guaranteed, and the second one is first come, first serve. And so there'll be a four-hour time window for the guaranteed phase itself. And then for a second one, of course, it's just first come, first serve. And we plan on just having 500 high passes for season 0. Again, off the bat, you know, you'll have sort of exclusive access to any features we sort of ship. So be first in line to try it out. You also have lifetime platform fee waiver, which is an amazing call. And then lastly, you also have basically more points, right? Which means more rewards. And some alpha in this space, the more high passes you have, the more points you can accumulate. So there's a
Ooh.
points boost for that. We'll make that announcement later on, but I guess you guys hear it here first, your viewers hear it here first as well. So yeah, super pumped about that, super excited, and we'll definitely give more information regarding all this very very soon.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Su-
I didn't know
Super
that. I didn't know
excited for
could
you guys.
multiply.
Yeah.
I know you guys have been working really, really hard, and you guys are another great team that came out of the Bitcoin Startup Lab, right? And I already kind of introduced your names in terms of Fonzie and McDurr both being co-founders of Ordinal Hive. McDurr being more on the technical side, the CTO side, and you being more of that CEO role. Could you tell the audience, because we got 452 people in here wanting to hear from you guys, so if you could kind of tell them, what is Ordinal Hive? Like, what is it and what does it do? How can it benefit the Ordinal ecosystem, the Bitcoin ecosystem in general?
Perfect. To start with, what is Ordinal Hour? Let's start first with the promise, like the issue and motivation behind it, and then we'll navigate to that specific realm. So back then back in 2023 when the orders were dead period, right, and like orders were just starting and whatnot. I myself was describing a lot of these assets, right. There came a point in time where I tried to trade them, I tried to flip them, I tried to make some Bitcoin off that, and that's where I noticed the first issues of trading L1. The long block times, congestion times, UTXOs, high fees, later on the sniping issues, right? So all those for those specific reasons, we start Ordinal Hive. We wanted to solve all of that. So go from 10-minute block times to milliseconds, paying $50 to $100 per trade to a couple cents, right? Better portfolio management, better features, better tooling. At the end, our goal is like if you have 100 frogs, you can sell that into a bid wall. You can serve like add liquidity to the protocol, all that cool stuff, better, faster, more latency. And at the end, like we want to like pay tribute to Bitcoin, the way it works, the way it operates. So it's also decentralizing the protocol and giving it back to the community, right? So from the very get go, from very beginning, getting the community involved, building around those power users, those power traders, and we want to kind of like add that sort of value to the ecosystem, right? Make it better to trade these assets, specifically Ornos, right? Because they're much different than just like sort of the fungible tokens. You see BRC20s, you see runes. Not fungible is a much different kind of way you kind of trade these assets. You look at trades, you look at specific things within that asset class. And so for us, giving that tooling, providing that tooling, that sort of speed experience, and just building this out completely, right? So that's kind of some of the motivation there. That's some of the things to look forward to. And down the road, we're going to have like an AMM model too. That's something we want to kind of announce here. So we're building towards that too. So you can trade these assets instantly, better liquidity options, all that cool stuff. And again, speed is at the forefront. And so for us, it's something that we're quite excited about.
Nice. So you're making these non-fungible fungible.
Exactly.
And
Love that.
You're definitely hitting on a pain point because we're good friends with Jeff, right? And the one thing he said was when he were talking about onboarding people to Bitmap, he was like, these guys, these millionaires and billionaires guys that are my friends, they're not going to sit there and click buttons. They're not going to sit there and click, buy one, or buy 10 for Magic Eden. They want to buy bulk, right? So, and that you guys are definitely filling a pain point. 100 Bitmaps at one time. I mean, maybe that's still that's something that could get a lot bigger, but that's still, I mean, I'm not going to sit there and buy 100 at one time. So, I mean, that's definitely, you guys are definitely helping a pain point there. Is that something that's just easier on a side chain or L2 like Merlin?
Yeah, so I mean, and maybe they're going to speak more on the stack technical side stuff, but when it comes to the Bitcoin stack, it's very much like it's very difficult to work with. It's a very old stack. It's why we had Ethereum kind of launch and sort of mitigate some of the issues that you saw on Bitcoin early on. So it is like the idea on sidechains. Like I think the future of Ornos, especially like the ecosystem as a whole, you start seeing more sort of like app chains or like L2s being built around this, which we've seen in the last couple of months, right? But more of the app chain approach, right? Where like you have specific, projects to launch their own like version of an L2 that just trades that one single asset, that either trades that runes, that trades that BRC20s, Ornos, for instance, all that cool fun stuff. And that's something that as a whole, as an ecosystem, will help it like in terms of onboard the next million users, right? We see this sort of like lack of infrastructure at play, and for us building this out, like a lot of it is just very novel like, to work with, right? And so there's many processes that we had to develop ourselves. kind of innovate around to just make sure it's a success. And side chains, L2s provide that. They provide that great outlet. Merlin chain is a great option too. Like they have the infrastructure, they have a really strong community, a really good community of traders as well, and they have liquidity as well that we can access to, that we can tap into, right? And of course, Jeff, he's an OG in the space. He's done many great things as well. So like he understands the ecosystem. And at the end, like one of the things we look at too is like we want to partner with people who really are good, who are builders, and who can ship things really really fast too.
Amazing.
Oh, and I'll kind of grab that part that you were talking about, McDurk, and speak on and follow that up with a kind of a technical question here. So, McDurk, you're the tech guy here in charge with that part. And so, could you kind of break down what Ordinal Hive looks like from the environments it will operate out of, at least from the start? I know you guys have some pretty big plans, but and I guess that question is geared towards like L1 sidechain. What does it look like right now, and what do you guys have planned for?
Yeah, I mean, currently like L1 is like pretty slow. So so yeah, like because it's like really, really slow, it's like, there needs to be an L2 that can support us, because we're aiming for fast trades, and like we're trying to solve the fact that like most pro traders, they're gonna want faster speeds, they want low transactions, right? Because they're making they're high frequency traders. So Merlin is like really good for that. It like provides like a really good L2 for what we need. So yeah, that's kind of why we're building there. But yeah, hopefully that answers the question.
Yeah. So I guess to expand on that, do you guys plan on kind of being, on multiple Bitcoin L2s? Because it seems like there's a network that's growing there. Obviously, Merlin's ahead of the game because they have all these Bitcoin Layer 1 assets you can bridge. But are you guys thinking about extending that to other L2s, or do you feel good?
Yeah, I mean, we're keeping the option open, but right now we're just kind of focused on a sole experience for like just one L2, because we think that could be like the most easy to use kind of thing. But yeah, we're like open, but I think right now we're just focused on like Merlin for now, essentially.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, and we do see the play too of like the app trainer approach as well. So that's something down the road that we can do. But as you said, like there's many L2, so like liquidity is like spread across, right? So having the option to aggregate all this into one platform is quite beneficial. But yeah, it's definitely an option we're looking at as well. But for now, is our intention focus is Merlin chain and sort of optimizing on there.
Yeah, awesome. So to obviously today's the pass launch. What are the benefits of owning one of these passes?
Yeah, 100%. So we gave some alpha early on too. But yeah, one of the things off the bat is you'll have access to the latest features. So when we have our collection offers launched, sort of AMM model, you'll be the first in line to try it out. Second thing is you'll have a lifetime platform fee waiver, right? So there is no platform fees to use the platform, but if we decide to turn on the platform fees itself, then you'll basically pay no platform fees. And the third is you'll get more points for trading, right? So more points equals more rewards, which we'll announce out what that means later on. But you'll basically you'll definitely get more points for any trades, any sort of actions you do on our platform. And again, like the more high passes, which we haven't announced yet officially, but like you guys get it here first. The more high passes you own, basically the more points you can accumulate, and basically it'll be just points boost. So we'll kind of talk base more on that, like touch base on that. But yeah, I think it's going to play a very, very important role into the ecosystem. And it's a free mint. We want to give back to community, and a lot of it we see as kind of helping us sort of get to like sort of place we need to be. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. The link will be coming out very soon. We're just patching up a couple of stuff, and it should be out like in the next hour or so. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
With the points, real quick, with the points, is there gonna be a difference from being in the top 100 from being the top 1,000?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Is there incentive for me to just grind it up to the top 100?
There is. In
All
fact,
right.
there's
Awesome.
not only is there incentives, you'll get points boost, but so as I mentioned before in a different kind of tweet thread, it's a 2,100 supply for high pass, right? We're allocated 500 of those for season 0, and in season 1 we're going to have another 500 allocated for that specific season. And the top traders will get one of those. Each high pass contains a specific amount of rewards. So as we progress onto different seasons, you'll get X amount of rewards and even more point boost. So that'll be into play as well. But yeah, if you're top 100 versus top 1,000, you definitely get a points boost for that. Top 50 as well, top 20. So definitely, it's something that we kind of want to build around, and sort of kind of gamifying it in a way. So and rewarding the users, the real users. That's the end goal too. We want to reward the people who use the platform, introduce liquidity, and kind of help optimize it all around.
Yeah, man.
And I hate to stick on the points, but this is my last question on that. So points are great, but what can I get with these points? And I know that you might have to be careful how you word this, but is there kind of like maybe an example of something that you can use to where the points will be beneficial?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's many things. I mean, for one, like if you're a top point getter, you'll automatically get like a high pass for that season, right? So that's one thing. Second thing, these points will be redeemed for something in the future. I can't say what that is just yet, but it'll be redeemable. You'll be able to redeem those points for something. And again, like for us, like our goal was at the very beginning was to decentralize the protocol, right? It's on Bitcoin, and so it only makes sense to create that sort of decentralized infrastructure protocol for the community itself. So it plays well into our narrative. It plays well into our sort of roadmap. And yeah, I think a lot of things I'd say is start listing, start bridging over your assets to another chain. Get ready for that. We are having our soft launch very very soon. We're doing internal testing, and we should be ready as soon as next week, right? So for us, is we want to make sure kind of incentivize for the right things. And one of those things is start bridging your assets over onto Merlin chain and list in our platform, and you'll get bonus points for that. So we'll make an announcement on that officially, but yeah, these things will be redeemable for something in the future. I can't say. I don't want to say the word redacted.
Yeah.
Which I think it's overused. But,
Oh God,
hate that word.
please.
Big God ruined that word for me
Word.
forever.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Kevin, he might be listening.
That's funny.
But so I have a question for McDermott. McDermott, what were some of the pain points about building this out? What were some of the struggles? And McDermott's not there. What about you, Fonzie? There goes. He's here.
There he is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Sorry. Yeah, I was muted. Basically, yeah. So, as far as like that goes, I think it was mainly just like really finding like the right L2 because we were like we were previously on a previous L2 before, but we chose Merlin because it was like ahead of the game. So I think just like identifying that and then just kind of having to go through that process. But yeah, definitely curious what Bonzi's thoughts there.
Yeah, that's a really good question. There's quite a few. I think it's crazy. Like the more I built this, the more I appreciate and I'm so grateful for the journey. Like it's such a great experience to have had, right? And like over the last couple of months, and there's so many things that I learned and stuff. And one of the most crucial points you learn as a founder is when to pivot and how to pivot hard, right? Like when to make a decision and stick with it. And I think when identifying like an L2, which one we want to build on, and even built in on one early on, like we pivoted to like a strategy that makes sense for our ecosystem as a whole, which was good, right? It was beneficial and allowed us to still like get the trades and all that cool stuff. So I think for us, like we've seen like how novel this ecosystem really is, and it's going to take time to build stuff like this, right? Because infra really takes time to build. It's not something you can do like in 1 week or 1 month, or even like half a year, right? It's going to take some time, and people just build on top of that, right? So I think that there's is one of the biggest like lessons I've learned so far, and especially Bitcoin, dealing with Bitcoin, like you'll see like once you build on it, you'll see how sort of antique it is, for lack of better words, right? So yeah, no, I think it's been an amazing journey so far, and super excited for like the next couple of months, and kind of when we have the mainnet launch as well, and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, for a team that like had to go into a lot of R&D, right? For figuring out where you're gonna scale. I think you guys are gonna benefit largely from that, right? Because there's other teams that are still trying to work on L1 and they just don't want to get. I mean, hey, I'll admit I was a part of that camp last year when I was like, no, we need DEXs on L1. Just do it. Just make it fit. Obviously the limitations of Bitcoin does not allow that, right? And so
Yeah.
we learned a lot through this past year, but for you guys, I think it's really going to benefit because people are going to like all of a sudden they're going to start rushing to Merlin chain after they realize that the FUD from the seal and stuff really kind of turned some people off. But then like the builders that actually did R&D, because you guys did extensive R&D from our meetings that you told us, multiple L2s, and Merlin wasn't your first choice, and you guys actually ended up saying it's the one that only makes sense, right? To do it. So I'm super excited for y'all, for your soft launch. I think that you guys are going to do amazing things. And one last part. So it's not only going to be like a trader's tool platform, but I mean, if I just want to list something and sell it or buy it, I can do that with Ordinal Hive, right?
That's correct, 100%. If you want to list, buy, like it's a different type of tooling, right? And we have different people working within the ecosystem. So like, creating analytical charts, partnering with the right people too to have like help these traders make better trades, providing the tooling, the necessary, if you're not a person who just likes to like kind of buy NFTs or kind of trade those assets and much rather like look at charts and charting data, all that cool stuff, but we'll have that available as well. A great way for you to manage your portfolio too. That's something we kind of we saw that as well as like a big pain point for a lot of traders here. And so yeah, for us it's like we're open to like building this the way they want us to build it, and we have an internal roadmap too that we're going towards. So we're kind of add more stuff into the marketplace, and it's kind of stacking one thing over another, and doing it in spaces, right? Knowing what to incentivize for and doing it in sort of like a progressive phase. But yeah, on all, I think for us, like the involvement from the community has been just stupendous, right? Like from the very minute we launched this, like this very second where we're at right now, they've been there all this time with the feedback, suggestions, all that cool stuff, and it's just really a combination of like what the community can do when they're really back your project and want to like really see something flourish. So very very grateful for that, and I think we still have quite a way to like build, but that's the exciting part right there, right? It's you gotta look forward to like the kind of like the future and the outlook of the ecosystem as a whole.
Yeah.
100%. So being on Bitcoin, we have some of the best assets, right? I mean, in my opinion, Node Monkeys, Frogs, Puppets, Bitmaps, and so many other amazing projects and amazing project founders. You guys are going to have all that on your site. You guys are going to be dedicated to Bitcoin standards, all right? You guys are you guys going to go after any type of NFTs on Merlin, or just strictly L1?
Yeah, yeah, 100%. That's a good question. So that's actually a question we've been asked quite a bit. So our motto from the beginning was like we love L1 assets, we love Ordinals, we love what they offer. L2 assets are great, but our primary focus has been L1 assets, native assets that are native to Bitcoin. I think a lot of the traders, a lot of our users enjoy that. Even people from different ecosystems too, like they want to trade these specific assets. So that's going to be our focal point in the future. If there's demand for it, maybe we can expand. But for now, like I think we're going to stick with the L1 native assets and just kind of optimize around that asset class.
Love
Yeah.
it, love it.
Smart.
So
Smart.
yep, 100%. So the biggest comparison when I hear people talk about you guys is kind of comparing you guys to Blur. What separates you from Blur?
Yeah, 100%. So like I think the way you gotta understand it is like ecosystem wide, right? And NFTs are more than just like kind of like tokens with an image. Like there's culture attached to it. So you have to understand the stack, the culture itself, and that's one of the biggest distinctions, right? Like we're native to Bitcoin in that essence. But what's more is like we're building this around the Bitcoin sort of stack, the Bitcoin infrastructure, which is a different form of trading in a way, right? Like you have to look at like L1 trading right now. Like trading on Bitcoin requires you to have a sniping tool, right? That's the only way you can trade these assets. Otherwise, you'll be left behind, right? So that's one of the ways you kind of have to like build it around. And so, if there's a way to serve, like if you're dealing with high frequency traders, right? I mean, you gotta have speeds on board. You have to have like cheaper fees, all this stuff there. Which we have done, right? But at the end too is like you also have to understand that a lot of these traders like might not want to bridge over. So L1 might be the play as well. So there's different things that you can sort of mitigate, like kind of somehow solve the problem of sniping, which I think there will be a solution in the future. Right now, I think the only solution is just have a sniping ball and that's it. But in the future, I see like marketplaces becoming like custodying these NFTs and like using that trade. I see like app chains, which I think is a really bullish outlook, or some other way, because you can only like kind of do so much on L1, right? Before you have to really scale up and whatnot. So that's one of the biggest things. And in the future too is like we want to onboard the masses, right? So we have plans to build specific things within the protocol itself that will allow traders to kind of optimize their trades. Trade a lot more fluid on Bitcoin and trade these assets too, right? So I think it's a really fun time to be in Bitcoin. I think being here over the last year or so has really taught me that there's just so much that you can sort of like build, look forward to, and I think that there is another distinction to kind of like see that okay, Bitcoin, although there is different ecosystems out there that are flourishing, have flourished in the past. I think Bitcoin's next in line, and we have to make sure we build towards that. We have to make sure we kind of align ourselves towards that, and doing so in a way that makes sense as sort of the build side of stuff. So yeah, I think that's one of the biggest distinctions there, and I'm kind of happy to kind of like
Yeah.
look forward to that and whatnot.
Love it, bro. You killed this, man. You killed this
Yeah.
interview. You murked it.
Good
Great
job,
job,
good job.
dude. Great
Yeah.
job, man.
And we're coming upon the mint time. I believe it's going to be any minute now. But yeah, before we do that, I want to there was one question in our audience, our community for you, Fonzie. It is nocturnal and says, "Hey, Fonzie, can you tell us how many wallets are on the guaranteed whitelist?" He has a first come first serve and wants to see if he has a shot.
Yeah, of course, 100%. Okay, so straight up, like here's the thing. For us, like we want to incentivize the users, right? We want to incentivize the people who've been using the platform. So a lot of the people who have guarantee spots have been on test and for the last 2.5 months, 3 months, giving us feedback. So for that, kind of that's the reward to get for that. We will have future seasons with high passes to sort of allocate for the traders themselves. As for first come first serve, what's like how much are in there? There's like 2 million people. No, I'm kidding. So there's
2
no
million people in 1,000 spots.
yeah, that was spots. Yeah, like you can expect a couple hundred, to be available out of the 500. So like I think last count I had was like close to 200 spots available first come first serve. So if you're one of the first ones to kind of mint that, then by all means do it. We're using Ordsar, so with their system, we're working with their system right now. So we want to make sure everything's good up and running. I'm hoping to do it. I gotta make sure because I know they have a scheduled time. So it's a 2-hour window. So I want to make sure we get that on board. So after this call, I'm gonna deal with that there. But yeah, expect the link to be out today, ship out today, and I think you have a good chance of getting one if you're first in line. But I think you might have a better chance if you use our platform like for season 1. I think you have a really good shot there too. So yeah, don't be sort of like dismayed if you didn't get one. There's always secondary market as an option. Season 1 is an option too. So there'll be opportunities to get one in the future as well.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Might want to crank up that fee amount so you don't get front ran, but obviously there's a risk with that as well. So because that could cause a chain reaction, and we've all seen what that's like.
Yeah. Let's hope the fees don't like spike up, but we'll see what happens in the next hour. So
my personal strategy on something that's so cheap. I mean, I think it's like 30 cents or something like that. It's like what is it? No, it's a few bucks, right? I can't remember what the Bitcoin fee was, but whatever it is, what I do, my personal strategy is I go 150 sat points. I'm willing to pay for it, but I want to make sure I get it. That's just my
so
personal
he's
strategy.
the guy that creates the chain
I'm the guy. I get what I want, guys. I get what I want.
No, I'll be honest. Like, so the team doesn't have allocation for this round, but a lot of the things that we've seen so far is like, the ecosystem has really good mints, like free mints, like Gene Data. Like I got a Gene Data pass, fortunately enough, right? So like we've seen what like the power of like kind of OG passes can do and how they fit into the protocols build itself, and that's what they want to emulate, right? You have Unisat with their OG pass, Gene Data has a fantastic one too, and so for us is like we want to add value, and we're definitely going to do it in multiple ways. So yeah, Shizzy, I don't blame you for doing that. I'm sure a lot of people are going to try to do that too, but yeah, it's gonna be fun. Yeah.
The website is still being worked on, and we don't want to hold you guys in case you guys have to work with the Ordzar team. We want to make sure that you guys are free for that. So we appreciate you guys for joining us, and we look forward to the next time to have you guys on. And we're super pumped for you guys to soft launch everything. So congrats, guys, and we're excited.
I appreciate this, guys. You guys do a fantastic job in this space, educating everyone, like this shows and stuff. So cheers, props to you guys, and thank you for having us too. Like send hive, guys, and like keep an eye out for the link. Yeah, it's coming out today, guys. So don't panic. It's coming out. Promise, it's coming out. We just want to make sure everything's good to go. So cheers, and appreciate you guys.
Yep. All right, McDermott. All right, Fonzie. See you guys later.
Wow, absolutely amazing. Those guys are top notch. One of the best teams that we've had the pleasant pleasure of working with for sure. And any last comments on this Ordinal Hive?
No, I mean, I'm just excited that they're going to be launching soon, and right now is like the perfect time to be building and launching and not feel so super stressed out, because the market isn't putting like a ton of pressure in terms of Bitcoin's price action. So get used to like using the platform, get those points up. Imagine being early on Blur. Like you guys know about Ordinal Hive before any of the masses will know about it. Like, right. And before the bull market, get all those points, be like that kid on that farmed Jupiter and ended up like a millionaire, right? So obviously I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I'm just saying, have your strategy ready.
To your point, there was a 17-year-old kid. He realized that Blur was doing an airdrop. Jupiter. Jupiter was doing an airdrop on Solana. Every single day he woke up, he'd do, just make a few trades and then move along. And then he ended up making over $1 million.
He was ahead of the game, dude.
Way ahead of the game. But he learned from Uniswap. He learned from all the other ones too, right? So it wasn't just I just
think he's smart because like Uniswap was like when he was 15, 14.
No,
so
sure.
like he's a smart kid. Just put 2 and 2 together and had his plan.
There's somebody educating him for sure. He's definitely he's probably, I mean, if I was 17 and I didn't have a job, I would grind it too. You know what I mean? Imagine having summer 100%. Off and you're just sitting there just grinding on freaking Jupiter, or in this case, Hive. So, if you do have kids, force them. You will use this every day.
That could be like one of their like weekly, what's it called? Chores, right?
Yeah, that's what my kids do. They gotta get airdrop
farmers. They're like, I'm a farmer.
Farmers. Oh, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a farmer. Oh, you live on a farm? No, I live in the city. Well, they'll get it one day, right? So, all right, guys.
I want to read this real quick. Kevin says, "WTF? He's 17, man. I wasted my life. Props to him. Definitely gonna grab one after the interview. Yeah, for sure, dude.
Yeah, man." All right, that's a show, guys. Check out ordinalrevolution.com. We have some of the best articles there, guys. If you know someone who's getting into ordinals who needs a head start here, send them our website. We have some of the best stuff here. And also, we're going to be in Bitcoin Nashville. I had someone hit me up today, like, yo, where can I get the tickets with a coupon? Just come to ordinalrevolution.com. You can't miss it. It's at the top here. And we also have it here as a little button here as well. So you can go here or here, and that'll take you to the site. You guys can get 21% off if you use Bitcoin. So definitely get on here. Use Bitcoin. Get these tickets. Come down to meet us. Trump's going to be there. The Gabbard senator lady is going to be there. There's going to be a lot of politicians there. A lot of people are pumping Bitcoin. It's going to be fun. The one guy, Jack, he always has huge announcements every Bitcoin conference. So I'm excited for it. Definitely come down, join us. We're going to have fun. We're going to be kind of hanging out. So should be a good time. And we'll have some merch for you guys too. If you guys come see us, we'll very limited, but first come, first serve. But we'll definitely have some merch to give out as well. So come down there and meet us. And also, if you guys just want to get your own merch, it will get there in time. If you order now, you will be rocking some of the best ordinal gear in town with a little Ordinal Revolution logo on the side of each shirt, like this one right here. But guys, go check this out. If just take a look at it. Even if you're not interested, just take a look. That helps the channel. The more views on the stuff, the better. But if you're interested in buying, it will get to you on time, but you got to order soon.
Yes, sir.
You want to hit on the partners?
Oh, yes. Make sure you check out our partners. Obviously, you just met Fonzie and McDurr from Ordinal Hive, the Blur of Bitcoin, Fluidex guys. I mean, like all of our guys here, there's ways to benefit from interaction and stuff. Fluid's no different. Just keep earning those points with Fluid tokens as well. Their platform, make the trades, limit orders, sales, all that great stuff. Verothium Dex, I know it's been 84 years. It's like the Titanic grandma, right? But it's coming, guys. I promise. That's why I said that. Like we're not in this, huge pressure from Bitcoin, but it's going to be there. It's going to be ready. It's going to be amazing. They're going to have single staking, BRC 420s. They're going to have LPs that's already done. We've seen them. And then you have, of course, Traverse Labs, the #1 security solution for Bitcoin. And that wraps it up, man. I hope you have a damn good weekend.
Yes, sir. And tomorrow we'll be dropping a Bob Bodley video. We're going to get that ready for you guys today and drop it tomorrow, probably around noon. And then look out for our weekend update. Probably be dropped around 9 a.m. Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Get sometimes 11. So check that out depending on what time we start that. So check us out all weekend. We put out something for you guys every single day. We'll put out some shorts over the weekend as well. Keep you guys updated. So if you guys do go out tonight, touch grass, go out tomorrow, touch grass. We will have everything you guys missed on Sunday. So check us out there. And we're live Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific. Check us out all week, guys. 487 people. Thank every single one of you guys. And we'll see you next week.
Peace.
We OG, oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Rooms is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookie on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me.